What's up, everyone? Welcome to the 176th edition of the Sports Reality. My name is Jeremy John, aka the fourth greatest Grenadian of all time. Didn't have my sound effect up there. Here you go. Perfect. You got to hear it again. AKA the fourth greatest Grenadian of all time. Perfect. AKA the Lil Wayne of podcasts, because I will get on any podcast and hit it with the J Train. Perfect. Let's welcome my co-host, Cousin BigThad, AKA the gatekeeper of the DMV.
Yeah. Perfect. Come on, son.
AKA the Lil Wayne, AKA, sorry. This is a wild day. AKA the unofficial mayor of Prince George's County. Perfect. What's going on with you, my man?
I'm good, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Wearing my little Orioles joint. You know what I'm saying? Orioles. No Nats. Orioles.
No Nats. Such a hater. We didn't get to see you last week.
Nah.
Yep, but we had Mike Edwards came on for a second time, and my boys from DMV Dispute, Darren and Gerard, greatly appreciate it. That was a great show.
Oh, I didn't even realize that who you were talking about. I saw the video. I was like, wait, I know these dudes. It was like, you should have just said DMV Dispute, and I would have known right away.
Yeah. So greatly appreciate that they were able to come on the podcast last week.
Yeah, y'all were choosing violence.
Time. Oh, yeah.
Y'all chose a lot of violence.
A lot of violence. Especially Gerard. Gerard you know, the shots just be going with.
I like that, though. I like that.
Oh, man. The week has already started. It is Monday, October the 18th, and it's already pretty busy for both of us. And busy in the sports world. We got a lot to get into. Week 6 of the NFL. Also, some Major League Baseball, some WNBA Finals news. Our sports free zone. I just thought about it while I was taking a shower. So you didn't even know what we were going to talk about. But it's been a long time.
I'm a little worried.
So we didn't talk about clickbait yet, did we?
No, we did not.
Okay, so it's been enough time. So spoiler alert, we will talk about clickbait later.
We ain't talking about clickbait. We ain't talking about Squid.
Well, see,
Squid Games.
I didn't watch Squid Game yet because I had a crazy last week. I had finals for session 1.
Okay, I got you.
And my mass media law class, my goodness, man, there was a point where I was like, you know what? I might be actually graduating in the spring. That's how bad it was getting.
Nah, dog. Look. I'm gonna tell you right now. Look. I think I told you this before. You know, we both applied for graduation in December.
Yes, we did.
Perfect. And we will still walk in December. You just might not get conferred until May. You know
I need to be conferred in December so I can continue my career or start a career. I can't wait 5 more months to make. So I was like, man, and it was getting real close. I was like, man, I don't know how this is going. And one night I remember, this is the thing. Mm-hmm. The take-home exam, it looked easy on the surface.
Okay.
And then, so I was doing my other course, my small business finance course, and I had to do a financial plan for business.
Okay.
And, I worked on that, and the take-home test for the mass media law, it seems straightforward, but as I'm reading it, and I'm like, hold on. It's a little more complex than I thought it was. And so I was just like, oh, geez. All right, I got to work on this. I ended up staying up past the deadline. I was like, nope, I don't care if it's past the deadline. I'm going to still submit it before my professor wakes up in the morning and grades it. Because, it's not like the thing is, you really got to turn it in on the deadline in December. Because they need all those. When they say you got to turn it in this day, that's the day you really, and they got to be by midnight because they need to then submit the grades within, I think, 48 hours?
Yeah. The thing is, and people don't realize it, graduation is on a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Your class
ends on a Wednesday.
Ends on a Wednesday after graduation.
Oh, okay, you're right.
It's after graduation. Like me, I think if the dates stay where I think they're gonna stay, because when I got my bachelor's, it was on the 14th, and it was on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Graduation was on the 14th, was Saturday. The period didn't end until that following Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah, you're right.
But like my master's program right now, that ends on the 21st. That's why I'm thinking graduation's on the 18th and not the 11th.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, and we graduate together. So it's one of those two dates, but I don't think it's going to be that far away from the end of my program.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. I could be graduating 2 weeks before the class even finishes. But yeah.
So I'm like, nah, man, I don't care that the deadline's at midnight. I'm gonna just stay up all night and turn this day. And I ended up staying up until I turned it in at 8 a.m.
Jeez.
Mind you, I was up pretty much all day before, so it was like.
And it was due midnight, right?
Yeah. So I just turned it in. I was like, nah, man, I'm turning this in. I don't care. At least, you take 10% off of it? Okay, whatever. Right. It's better than a zero. Whatever.
Right.
The professor ended up taking nothing off of it because
you had a good professor.
Because they were, and they were like, thank you for your assignment. I got a good grade on it. Ended up with a C in the class. So I was just like,
hey, that's all that needs to pass.
Yep, the small business finance class, I have an A in that one, so that one
that media law was elective, right?
No, it was mandatory. That was the last communications class I have to take.
No. And you were, they said you were okay with the C, right?
Yeah, because it's bad.
Some of them be like a B.
Nah, that one's fine for a C, and I was just this is what it's gonna be, right?
Good to see. Glad to see it.
Yep. So I mean, I have 3 classes left. The Spanish class, I'm doing well in that one so far. Pretty straightforward, and I start 2 more on Wednesday. Okay. And the 2 more is effective listening. That's the thing. Effective listening is a 470 class. Right. And I bet you that class is going to be easier than I bet you, because I've realized that as I've gotten higher and higher up, I'm like, this is kind of easy. Like it's more straightforward. You're not dealing with a lot of busy work. You're not dealing with a lot of learn all of these things at the same time. It's usually each week is like, okay, we're going to learn about this. Then the next week, we're going to learn about that.
Nah, I feel you. Like me right now, I'm kind of behind. I'm on the 2nd week, but we're just finishing our first project. And our project's due Friday, this coming Friday. But I've been kind of behind because I had a wedding in the middle of the week.
That's true.
Up in Vermont. You know what I'm saying?
How did that go?
So it went great. It went great, but it was weird. Because the wedding was on at the peak of a mountain, Mount Killington. So it's a ski resort. So I had to put my DJ equipment on a gondola and ride the gondola up to the top of the mountain. First of all, I've never been on top of any type of mountain.
What do you mean you've never been on any type of mountain? What?
What mountain? Oh, okay. Besides ours. Yeah.
Like you went to Frostburg. You were on the mountain already.
I mean, we were on the mountain, but it's not the top of it. It's not like the Foster's down in the gully of a mountain. You know what I'm saying? Down in the valley of a mountain. But nah, these mountains are a lot higher than Frostburg, bro.
Yes, I can imagine.
So, and plus, I don't ski. I've never been to a ski resort well, no, I think I might have been to a ski resort once, but of course, it wasn't in the snow time. So I don't know about these gondolas. I thought it was this big joint. Nah, bruh. Literally, if I was in the gondola, maybe 4 other people could be in there. Maybe. But with my equipment, it's just me, son. So it was a little weird going up the mountain, man, looking around, looking down. And I'm not really scared of heights. But I was still up there. And of course, like after everything happened, there were great views, mind you, great views. You know, Lil Jack was running around. He was the life of the party, son. Life of the party. He was literally no, there was one other kid that was there. But he's 2. Everybody thought he was like 5. But, but he's running around. Go ahead.
Want to give a shout out to our boy Perez. He gave us a like on Facebook. Thank you for tuning in, Perez.
Which
Perez, man. Perez.
Oh, what's up,
man?
Perez? Hey, I ain't seen Perez in like 10 years.
I know. Perez, man. Hit us up in the comment section.
Yeah,
chime in on any part of the show, man. But yeah, man.
But yeah, the only other thing that was weird, like party went fine. Everybody was great. Have a great time. But I was literally the last one out of our party and like 2 employees. And I had to come down that mountain in pitch black darkness, bro. Whole time I'm like, yo, I hope they remember I'm still up here. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming down the mountain and I'm like, I know I'm in like the middle from the peak to the bottom. I'm like, yo, if this joint just stops right here, I ain't going nowhere, son. I might just sleep here until morning, son. You know what I'm saying? In pitch black darkness. Like literally the only thing that lit up was my phone and my Apple Watch. That's how dark it was. Yeah, it was crazy. But it was a good time, though. It was a good time.
Perez said Lexus was just being nosy. I'm out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Definitely tune in, man. Subscribe to the podcast to keep you up to date, man. And feel free to always chime in whenever you are on, man. We got a lot to get into. Week 6 of the NFL. Like I said, WNBA Finals, Major League Baseball. But the main attraction for this week's episode is the NBA preview for 2022-21-22 season, aka the 75th season of the NBA. The NBA is coming out with top 75 greatest NBA players.
What they doing that on Wednesday, right?
It should be coming out soon.
I think they're doing 25 first or something like that.
Okay, so that's the thing. I've heard that they're actually doing it in order this time. But not
just random alphabetical or anything like that.
I had heard that, but I haven't gotten confirmation.
Okay.
So
you know
that's
what?
the thing.
They shouldn't do it in order. Because
I think the NBA wants some excitement. You know,
that's true.
and look, it's gotten people excited. Like remember on Clubhouse, I sent you some clips of what people were saying, and
that was some of the dumbest crap I've ever heard in my life.
So, and that's the thing, it's getting people excited about, you know, who should be on this list, who should be on this list, where they should be on the list, things like that. So but what we're going to do for the NBA preview is actually just go through storylines for each team. We're also going to predict who's going to be in the postseason. Yeah. And then also go through season awards and predict who we will have in the NBA Finals. Shout out to our man Matthew White. He said Clubhouse is trash.
Matt, that's big facts, son. And you know what? And I think all the people that all these topics that come out with just some of the dumbest things I've ever heard, I think it's all Android users. Perfect. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying
they let the ghetto in. They let the ghetto in.
They let the ghetto
and that was it, son.
Oh my goodness. Let's just quickly get to the NFL.
Look, you know I'm gonna choose violence. So
week 6 of the NFL. Go through some of the scores. Let me bring up my phone real quick with the scores. How many of these games did you watch?
This past Sunday? None.
You didn't watch any.
Dog, I'm in school. It's school time.
You're right.
I'm trying to graduate.
See, because you know what it is? You started your program the semester after mine. Right. So for a minute, you weren't really doing schoolwork.
I wasn't doing nothing, bro.
So that's why I've just forgot that. Oh yeah, now it's school.
I literally took the summer semester off. So and I felt like, dog, first 3 days I was just like, I don't want to do no work, man.
I mean, that's typically the case. The case. Let's go through some of these scores for week 6 in the NFL. Starting with last Thursday night, the Buccaneers beat the Eagles 28-22, but the score wasn't as close as it made it seem. Eagles got a late touchdown to try and make it interesting. The Jaguars got their first victory of the year. Perfect. Urban Meyer off the hot seat right now. And but still they're winless in the United States. They had to go to London and win that game against the Dolphins.
I seen that tweet of violence.
23-20 over the Dolphins on the last second field goal. First win since week 1 of 20. Yo, you're right. I'm reading this. They hadn't won a game since week 1 of last year.
Yes, huh?
They went from, hey, week 1, we're doing fine, and the Jets were losing, and then won 2 games late to get them out of the Trevor Lawrence.
Yep.
Oh, man. Chiefs smacked their Washington football team. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but 31-13. The Rams smacked the Giants 38-11. Colts stopped the Texans 31-3. The Lions are still winless. They fell to the Bengals 34-11. Packers went into Soldier Field and defeated the Bears 24-14. The Ravens zapped the Chargers 34-6 in Baltimore.
That was very disappointing.
Yeah.
Seeing that score.
Vikings in overtime, touchdown by Osborne. In overtime, 34-28. Kirk Cousins finally did something for us. Finally. You know, when it came to picking against the spread, he finally did something in favor.
Don't talk about your man's quarterback.
That's your man's.
That's Matt's quarterback.
That is Matt's quarterback. That is his man's.
Yeah, that's his man's.
Cardinals stomped the Browns 37-14. Cardinals 6-0 for the first time since 1974.
Oh wow! I thought it would have been sooner to that. The Carson Palmer year.
Yeah, you would have thought that year, but I guess they didn't start 6-0. Raiders got a win, 34-24 over the Broncos. The Dallas Cowboys in overtime defeated the Patriots 35-29. Excuse me. And the Sunday night game in overtime, Steelers defeated the Seahawks 23-20. Geno Smith, we'll talk about him a little later, but Geno Smith was the starting quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks because last week we didn't get to talk about this. Russell Wilson has a broken finger, so Geno Smith is there. We didn't get to, before we go, got our young cousin. Go Ravens. Fraudulent right here.
Right.
He's a Giants fan. Don't listen to him.
Straight up Giants fan.
Been a Giants fan his whole life.
All of a sudden it's go Ravens. You jumped on the bandwagon real quick.
No, you gotta go down with the ship. You gotta go down with Daniel Jones.
You got to. You stayed with Eli all these years.
I know.
You know
now, real quick though, you didn't get your opinion on the Jon Gruden situation. And as we were recording last week, that's when the news broke that Gruden was quote unquote resigning.
Right.
But we were talking about it and then the news came out because when we were streaming, a report came out from, I believe, LA Times or I believe it's LA Times. Can't remember. But that more things had came out from the emails, homophobic statements, misogynistic statements came out, and he was gone within the hour of that story coming out. Jon Gruden, like, what do you have to say about him, then?
Well, I think when I first heard about the whole Goodyear tire thing, and actually, read his response in regards to why, I was like, oh, that makes perfect sense of what he said.
You think so?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense of what he said. But I mean, what's his name?
DeMaurice Smith.
Yeah, I mean, look at his lips though.
Jesus Lord, Thaddeus.
I mean, I mean, I understand. I understand but I mean, I do understand what he was talking about in regards to, liars having rubber lips. You know what I'm saying? And I've heard that term before, and it's happened with people of all races. I've heard this in regards to it, but man. I mean, it is what it is. It's Jon Gruden, but when he came with the other stuff with the emails, I was just like, yo, the Redskins gonna take down everybody in this league, just from their investigation.
Yes,
they're gonna take them all down. Off the field, not on the field.
Oh, man.
And that's my team.
Like, they're going to do the opposite of Bruce. Remember, Bruce Allen said winning on the field and winning off the field.
Right.
Man.
But I think, to be honest with you, though, like, I was thinking about it and I was hearing something earlier today, too, that I think Snyder has something on a lot of folks in this league for some reason. Because
of course,
how does the whole investigation deal with Snyder? It's all on Snyder. Then all of a sudden the NFL's like, hey, Dan, we're going to give you money for the other shares of the team. So you have it. You just got to pay us back in like 10 years. And then all of a sudden, all these emails, I think it was like 700,000 emails or something like that.
Pretty much. Pretty close to that.
Right. And then all of a sudden, it has to deal with Allen and Jon Gruden. Like, what?
And now Adam Schefter's in the mix.
Schefter and somebody else too?
All I heard was Schefter, but Schefter went to Bruce Allen and pretty much set the entire story that he was writing and told him to, look over it and then let me know if I need to make changes.
Right.
And, when it comes to journalism, that's ridiculous. You only go back to the source when you say, hey, these are the quotes I'm going to use from you.
Right. From the source.
Right. I need you to say this is fine, or I need you to clarify any of these quotes, because I'm going to use the quote still.
Right. Not the person you're talking about.
Yeah. Not exactly. You don't do the story and then say, hey, here, I want you to revamp it. The entire story.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Like,
so, Schefter, ESPN is, they're not looking good the last few months, man. Just how things are going on. And look, I feel like journalism is being, since social media became a thing.
Yeah.
Even the journalists who learned the traditional form of journalism are taking shortcuts.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And doing, unethical things. So now
then you got Stephen A with his nonsense now. Like 1 minute he says one thing and next minute he backtracks real quick. Like he was talking about Gruden and he was like, yeah, Gruden shouldn't be fired at all. And all these, it's stuff that he had when he wasn't even in the NFL. And he was here at ESPN. And all he was talking about was this and about the lips and all that. And then he was like, nope, he shouldn't be fired at all. He shouldn't even be suspended. He was here at ESPN. He wasn't an employee of the NFL, blah, blah, blah. Next day.
180.
Real quick.
180.
I'm just like, see? Nah, man. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to choose violence first before anything else.
Yeah, man. So Gruden's out of there. And after that,
Ravens
got a W.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? What's going to happen with the Raiders? Are the Raiders going to have a I mean, they were on pace for that Super Bowl year. You know what I'm saying? So, they were on pace to be undefeated, but they did lose.
Mm-hmm.
But last time they were going to be like, I think it was 3-0 or 4-0 since that Super Bowl year.
I see what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah. So, who knows, man? Can Derek Carr lead them to?
No. No. Derek Carr probably feels a little better because, the coach that was kind of not really
into him
in his corner.
Yeah.
No.
Did you hear what Derek Carr said though?
Yeah,
About
and even
opening up all the emails to all the owners and GMs and everything else.
And he also said, "Well, I don't think you all would feel." And I'm just like, you know what? Of course, no one wants all their emails, being revealed. But I bet you in minds, I ain't gonna be saying racist and homophobic stuff.
Right.
That's one thing I can say. I ain't gonna be saying stuff and misogynistic stuff in my emails. Like, come on. Come on. There's a reason why I deleted those tweets from years ago. Because you learn, and that's all it is, man.
I might have to go back through my Facebook posts. Oh, see yeah. See,
Matthew saying I got some wild emails.
So I have to go back through my Facebooks probably. I was a little wild in my drinking years. I mean, I still drink now. I mean, just my off the wall drinking years, but
not your. Yes, I know exactly what you mean. Now, just real quick, we're gonna go through some of the notable stuff this week. Actually, that is the big notable stuff. So let's just go to your Washington football team. And actually, I had something.
You have a soundbite?
I did. Well, not really a sound bite.
Is it the theme song?
I did, but things aren't necessarily working. Oh, here it is. There you go. I could get a safe one because I can't get ones with lyrics, Hail
to the Redskins.
So, yes.
Yeah.
Washington football team fell to the Kansas City Chiefs 31-13. They were up 13-10 at halftime after two Mahomes interceptions, one on Tyreek Hill, one on him, which was disgraceful. You had I think it was either Pringle or Mecole Hardman fumble. So you had two turnovers in the first half. They're up by 3, and then Chiefs decide, okay, we're going to play football now. So, and so not only did they beat the Washington football team, they actually covered the spread for the first time in like weeks. Like probably since last season, because definitely not this year. They haven't covered the spread.
Did we both win that?
We both won that one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep. So, and not only that, you had controversy off the field with the Washington football team. We mentioned, obviously, the workplace investigation, which, by the way, a lot of the former cheerleaders and women who worked within the organization are kind of like, it's kind of funny that everything else is coming out about this investigation and not what we're being investigated for. Right. They have a point. It was alumni weekend, or do you all call it homecoming? Which one is it?
For what?
For the Washington team.
Oh,
I know some years they call it alumni weekend. Some years they call it homecoming.
Yeah, we'll just say alumni. But nobody knew about it. So, yeah.
Well. I think people knew about that, but what they didn't know was that the Washington football team was going to honor Sean Taylor.
Yeah, retired.
That is something no one knew
3 days
up until this week.
3 days prior.
Yes.
Here's season ticket holders. Where half of the season ticket holders, I'm sure, sold their tickets already. Mm-hmm. And 3 days later, here comes something in the mail. Hey, we're retiring Sean Taylor's jersey. Ha, ha, ha.
First several thousand will get a Sean Taylor rally towel.
Right.
The family was there.
Yeah.
And
they renamed the stretch of road to the stadium.
Yeah,
Sean
one of the
Taylor
last road. Yes.
Yeah,
that
Sean
was
Taylor
unnamed.
Way.
They changed it to Sean Taylor Way.
They posted the sign in front of a Porta John. A couple Porta Johns.
That's what someone told me. The street just.
Dan Snyder had like a meeting with the family, and he was wearing a hoodie.
Just didn't care.
He just no care at all.
Just didn't care.
Like he knew. Like the thing is, if this, okay, I'll give him Nah, I ain't gonna give it to him. I was gonna say maybe like he contacted family way before and said, "Hey, we're gonna do it this weekend," but then decided he wasn't gonna tell nobody else type deal.
Nah, I ain't giving him that one.
But nah,
this one seems like, and based on the sources who spoke, it seems like the Taylor family didn't even know that this was going to happen.
He probably just called him and said, "Hey, go to this airport. We'll fly you up, and yeah, go from there."
And guess who had to put out a statement? Jason Wright, the black general manager, had to put out a statement and be like, "Yeah, we're sorry. Yeah, we did this." Also, remember back when Reuben Foster had his incident, who had to be the face to apologize? It had to be Doug Williams, who was never in front doing public speaking, never doing press conferences, dealing with the team. And then they were like, yep, we're not sending Bruce. We're going to send you out there, Doug Williams. Right. You've won that Super Bowl for us. Yeah, so, yeah, things aren't looking good. And then let's just talk about on the field. Taylor Heineke is not good.
Look.
He's not good.
Who said he was good?
Well, a lot of people said he was good. A lot of people said.
Those people are idiots. How many times I got to tell you this? They are idiots. Plain and simple. Like, we knew with Fitzpatrick coming in that Fitzpatrick was only going to, just off of history, he will only give you maybe 6 games as a full-time starter. Other than that, put him on the bench, pull him off the bench. He showed you exactly what was going to happen with him with Miami the previous year. That's fine. Whatever. But everybody's on this Heineke kick just because of one game. Just because of one game. A game where nobody in the league had ever seen this kid before. Of course he's going to have a good game. You can't scout somebody that hasn't played. Plain and simple. Now, you have that one game. And look what's happened so far this season. They only needed one game to tell you what was going to happen with Taylor Heineke. You know what I'm saying?
Now, your team has 2 wins. But like you said, easily, let's get to the Giants game. That could have easily been a loss because of offsides that allowed Dustin Hopkins to attempt the field goal for a second time.
Right. And you knew he was going to miss the first one. You just knew.
He did, and that's the thing. He missed it. So it's not like,
as soon as he went up, before he even kicked the ball, it was like, it's going wide right. It's going. I can tell you right now.
Then the Falcons game, you had to come back on the Falcons.
On the Falcons, and they're terrible.
So you had that going for you. And, the last 2 weeks you played against the Saints and the Chiefs. Right. So you've played against fairly decent teams.
The Chiefs could have been beaten. They could have.
And that's the thing. They had 3 turnovers in the first half. And at the end of the first half, you were only up by 3 points.
Right. That's not good.
Not good at all. Not good at all.
Ryan Fitzpatrick would have gave you a little bit more than that.
Don't be rude.
You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Everybody's seeing how bad the defense is, which I've been telling y'all the defense has been terrible, but it is what it is. So, yeah.
Defense is real bad. My goodness.
Terrible.
Really bad.
Can we move on from these?
Yes, let's move on to a good team, the Dallas Cowboys.
They are the Dallas Cowboys. America's
I wouldn't say they're good, but
5-1.
They're in a terrible league. So
they are on a 5-game winning streak. They were down in the game against the Patriots. Yeah. And against a crazy fourth.
Against Mac Jones? Yeah. What? Against Mac Jones?
Yeah, against him. This is bum. He had him looking good out there.
I thought y'all were like the best defense in the league right now because all your cornerbacks.
Defense is good. Let's start with the good.
Okay, go for it.
Let's start with the good. The Dallas Cowboys offense, honestly, they're one of the best in the league. I don't want to say the best because
only when Dak's in there.
Yes. That running game is clicking. Everyone, when it comes to the passing game, is getting targets and getting receptions. Cooper got a reception. Blake Jarwin, Dalton Schultz, Cedric Wilson is getting in the mix. Even Noah Brown, who usually is only in there to block. When Noah Brown is in the formation, it's a running play. He was in there in passing plays. Wow. He had Cedric Wilson who had a clutch catch. Dak who made that throw. And then CeeDee Lamb just going off. Went off for 2 touchdowns. Had the game-winning touchdown in overtime where he just blew past Jalen Mills and gave him the peace sign as he was running past him, and then waved him goodbye in his face after he scored in overtime. Cowboys win. Let's talk about the bad, though. And I'm going to start with the bad, which has been the issue since last year and has been the issue even with a 5-1 record. Mike McCarthy.
Yep.
Mike McCarthy's decisions during the game have actually put the Cowboys behind the eight ball. First drive of the game on your own side of the field, 4th and 1. Okay, it's 4th and 1, but the offense was kind of moving, and you're like, look, let's punt this ball. Let's pin the Patriots back, make them have to give us back the ball in good field position. No, they decide we're going to go for the first down. They get stopped. Patriots go down the field, score a touchdown.
What was the play?
It was just a run play.
It was just a regular run play.
Yeah, run play up the middle.
Not even a quarterback sneak.
No.
Wow. Okay.
Now, you mentioned quarterback sneak. I'm going to blame Dak Prescott for this. He was careless during the quarterback sneak at the goal line. Ended up being a fumble, turned into a touchback. We missed points there also. So think about this. We gave up 7 points. We then missed out on 7 points.
Right.
We also missed out. Cedric Wilson dropped the pass in the end zone. So we missed out on 4 points because we had to then attempt the field goal. Late in the game, Cowboys are down by 1 point. They decide 4th and 1 after Dak had a crazy run to try and get the first down. 4th and 1, late in the fourth quarter. That's the point he decides to put in Greg Zuerlein to attempt the field goal. Mind you, if we get the first down, we can then keep on moving down the field and milking the clock because the Patriots only had 1 timeout.
Oh, wow.
He decides to kick the field goal. It's a long field goal. Zuerlein misses because it's windy. It's long. Not only that, at that point, you, in a sense, lost the game.
Yeah.
Because of that decision. You were so aggressive in the first quarter, and then you want to go and be real passive in the fourth quarter. Luckily, the defense stepped up in the very next drive with a Trayvon Diggs interception and pick 6. He's the first cornerback or first defensive back since Rod Woodson in, I believe, 93 to have 7 interceptions in the first 6 games of a season. In great company. Okay. Cowboys then go up, and I believe they don't get the extra point. No, they do get the 2-point conversion. Because they actually... I'm getting the score wrong, but pretty much they score. Patriots on the very next play score on a 75-yard touchdown to Kendrick Bourne because Stephon Diggs undercut the pass.
Trayvon.
Sorry, you're right. Sorry. Yeah. Trayvon Diggs undercut the pass. However, Casey did the same thing, and Casey's the safety.
Oh, wow.
Yes, Trayvon Diggs was clearly on the outside, and usually when you're on the outside, you can gamble on that, knowing that the safety is there.
Right.
Well, they both gambled. They both went under. Ball goes. Kendrick Bourne catches it. They then score a touchdown. They then they then attempt the 2-point conversion to then go up by 3. Cowboys then have to march down the field, and they get down there, and then they get to a 4th and 1. And instead of letting the clock just roll down, they call timeout. 24 seconds left to kick the field goal. And I'm like, well, if you're going to kick the field goal, let the clock go down.
Right.
Now, they do make the kick. They leave a little bit of time on the clock. Luckily, Bill Belichick is like, all right, I'd rather go to overtime. And they go to overtime. And in overtime, yes, the Dallas Cowboys did dominate in overtime. So things went in their favor at that point. But Mike McCarthy is going to be the death of the Dallas Cowboys this season if he continues playing or managing the game like this.
I got you.
Yeah, before we go, and actually we can end this segment. Let's just go now to Major League Baseball. The Major League Baseball Championship Series is going on right now. In the National League, the Braves are up 2-0 against the Dodgers. Both games in walk-off fashion. We also
I don't know if the Dodgers. Well, I mean, I don't think. Did you ever talk about that last out? The Scherzer pitch out.
In which game?
Against the Giants.
Against the Giants.
Yeah.
It was close.
I think he held it, man. I think he held it.
It was close.
Even Mookie Betts was like, I think he held it. But I didn't make the call, so.
It was real close. And this is talking about the Dodgers Giant series of the NLDS. Yeah, there was at the last out of the game. Really controversial.
2 players on.
Yep. They definitely had a chance, but the Atlanta Braves are up 2-0 right now. When we go to the American League, though, and I believe the and I'm looking up the scores here. So far in the ALCS, we have the Houston Astros won game 1, and then the Boston Red Sox won game 2. Game 3 is tonight in Boston. Yes, game 3 is in Boston tonight at 8:07. That is the time for first pitch. Game 4 is in Boston, and game 5, which will be necessary, is on Wednesday in Boston. Also, if necessary, we'll have a game. Game 3 is tonight. Game 4 is Tuesday. Game 5 is Wednesday. The ALC, if it's game 6, if necessary, will be Friday. Game 7 will be Saturday, if necessary, back in Houston. Other news, and this is part of our quick hitter segment. Ed Orgeron and LSU mutually are going to part ways at the end of the season.
And they're going to pay him all his money. All of his money. And the thing is, he's only 2 years? 2 years,
2.5 years
removed from Burrow, or has it been 3?
or a year and a half from Burrow?
Yeah.
He's only been on the job, I believe, 2.5 as a full-time coach. Only the year, so 2019, when they won, that was his first full year, I believe.
Was that his first full year?
I believe. That was his second full year. Sorry. Last year was his third, and now we're partway through year 4.
And he's still got 4 years left?
Yeah.
Pay that man his money.
So you all, Matthew and Thad said Clubhouse is trash, but
straight trash because of Android.
I did get a tip from someone on Clubhouse that they said this on Thursday. They were like, look, I'm hearing that Ed Orgeron is going to be out, especially if they lose No, they didn't even say. They said
they
especially. They
beat
said especially.
Florida.
They did, but he said this is what my source told me. They were like, "Look, he about to be out, like
it's
real
probably
soon,
all that other stuff,
real soon."
Yeah.
And he said, and especially if they lose this weekend, they will be out. So they end up winning, but LSU was just kind of like, yeah, we got to part ways. Stuff came out. And according to sources, after Ed Orgeron's, it seems like after Ed Orgeron's divorce, things got a little reckless. And especially after the national title, which was around the same time.
Right.
Sources are saying after the national title, he felt entitled to everything. He felt like he was the biggest person on the team. Obviously, he's the head coach. Obviously, he's college football, but he felt like he was the big man on campus. He was also allegedly, he was at a gas station, saw a young woman there, asked her, "Hey, I see you in workout clothes. We should go work out together." She says, "Well, no, because I'm pregnant and married." And he said, "Well, what that got to do with me? We can still continue." Ooh. Come to find out, the woman is married to a very high up official at LSU. So that obviously got back to them. Ed Orgeron also allegedly was bringing women around the program, where he would bring them to practice and bring them around the facility, bring them and their family. And according to sources, and these sources are players on the team, he was having their kids participate in some of the drills in practice with the team. There was another source who is a player that said we didn't know what he was doing after games on Saturday and Sunday. We didn't know if he was going to be, out and about with other women. We didn't know if we were going to spot him out when we were in Baton Rouge. Yeah. So all of that combined with everything just an okay record, Ed Orgeron is out of there.
I'm surprised they let him go to the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean,
with y'all announcing it now, y'all should have just cut it. I mean, what are we gonna do? Like, I'm just surprised they made the announcement after they beat Florida. That's the thing I didn't understand. I'm like, wait, didn't they just beat Florida? Florida's 20 in the country. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's gonna be gone at the end of the season. Okay. Oh, well, let's move on.
Other news, the WNBA Finals wrapped up yesterday. Chicago Sky won their first title in franchise history. MVP Candace Parker. She did it for her hometown team after leaving the LA Sparks, won back home in Chicago.
Did they give her MVP?
I believe she was MVP. I thought that's what I saw.
I thought it was, what's her name? Copper?
Let me double check, but I believe she was.
Or Copper was like the leading scorer for the game or something like that. One or two. I didn't think they gave Candace Parker the Finals MVP or whatever.
I thought I saw that. Let me double check. WNBA Finals MVP. Let me look that up real quick.
Yeah, Copper named MVP.
Is it Kalia Copper? Is it Kalia? I'm sorry, but
sorry for murdering your
Copper.
name.
Sorry,
Copper.
Jesus.
What's going on?
Copper. And you've been saying Copper.
I've been saying Copper the whole time.
I'm looking. I say Cooper. Kalia
Copper. Maybe.
I think it's Kalia. And if I'm sorry, young lady. I apologize. I don't want the WNBA mob coming down to me talking about I'm sexist because I don't know someone's name. Perfect. So I just want to say I apologize if I pronounced it the wrong way.
This is Candace Parker's second one. I thought she would have had more than that for some reason.
I mean, dealing with the LA Sparks, you gotta, that's.
But the Sparks were dominant for a good while, but then again, yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
that was after Lisa Leslie, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's happening?
I will give Chicago credit because this is their second time back, but first time since the Delle Donne trade.
Yes.
So all those players that left the Mystics and came over, yeah, they got their championship after the Mystics got their championship.
Yeah.
Good for them. Good for
after them. Yep. Let's get to our English Premier League update. Chelsea is still leading when it comes to. Actually, hold on. Let me double check. In points, yes, Chelsea is leading in points with 19, Liverpool with 18, Manchester City with 17, and you're a Manchester United fan, right?
Yeah, they're 14.
Yeah, they're 14. They're a few. They're
14 points.
14 points. They are 3 spots below my team, Manchester City, with 14 points. Breaking news coming right now. Breaking news. Let me drop the sound effect if I can find it. I thought you were doing. Here we go.
What's going on? Yeah, there we go.
Couldn't find the sound effect.
See, that's why you need the podcast of pro, son.
Yes. Yep.
Button right there. Boop.
Evander Kane suspended without pay for a, quote, an established violation of COVID-19 protocol. 21 games without pay. Evander Kane's had a wild offseason. His ex-wife or ex-fiance or ex-girlfriend accused him of gambling in NHL games. They had to investigate that. Things were unfounded. But then also, this came up now. So, yeah. And in knowing that literally, I think it's only 2 players in the entire league are unvaccinated in the NHL, he must have did something wild for them to party. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. Am I in a fantasy basketball league? Apparently, I'm in a fantasy basketball league because I just got the invite that we're having a draft.
It's probably your brothers.
Pretty soon. I don't think it's them. It's probably Matthew. It's definitely Matthew because Matthew's in this league. Matthew, let me know if you're listening right now. Let me know because I thought we had a draft yesterday.
Yeah, it's got to be something serious because like when do they say an established violation? You know what I'm saying? What? What's going on here?
Yep.
Established violation of and lack of compliance.
Oh man. Let's now get into our Champ and Chump of the week. We celebrate those who do well.
Wow, winning.
And criticize those who don't.
Loser! You're a loser! Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Well, you should be, because you are dirt!
It's our Champ.
Let's go, Champ!
And Chump.
Now this guy's a chump.
Of the week. Champ and Chump of the week. BigThad, who is your Champ of the week?
The Chicago Sky.
Baby, want a champ.
We already know why. They won the WNBA Championship first time. You know what I'm saying? Candace Parker, Miss Copper. You know what I'm saying? A couple others from the Mystics, from the Delle Donne trade. Like, shout out to them. They're the champs this week.
My champ of the week is Urban Meyer once again.
Baby, want a champ.
Because, look, the hot seat was taken off of him with Jon Gruden. And then they get a win. First win of the year. So, yeah, man, champ of the week has to go to Jon Gruden.
So, should I retract my champ of him?
You don't have to. You don't have to.
All right, cool.
BigThad, who is your chump of the week?
Geno Smith.
Because you're a chump.
Why you? First of all, go ahead. Go ahead.
First of all, I didn't even know Geno Smith was still in the league, son. For real.
Don't be rude.
I thought he was gone. But the reason why I called him the chump because first I had DK Metcalf on my fantasy.
Who fumbled the ball.
Yeah, but he
didn't lose it. Didn't lose it.
Give me
he fumbled it.
Any points worth anything. So that's kind of Geno's fault because he should have been throwing to him. But then my other league, I have the other wide receiver, Lockett. He didn't give me much either. So what is Geno doing back there?
So look,
and then Geno fumbled, and Pittsburgh won the game, and he shouldn't have won.
Look,
that's why he's my chump.
Geno. This is what they did. The defense for the Steelers just said, "You're not throwing to these receivers." So what did he do? He literally dinked and dunked down the field, and he did well doing that. To be honest, like in the fourth quarter and in overtime, at least the first drive in overtime, he was dinking and dunking and getting down the field. And then the right tackle just let TJ Watt blow past him and sacked him. They then punt the ball to the Steelers. Steelers then punt back to the Seahawks, and then it is on that drive that Geno Smith fumbled the ball. But that drive to get the Seahawks into field goal range, my goodness, like he did phenomenal. He said, "Oh, you're giving me the middle of the field all night. Okay, I'm just gonna keep on throwing it down the middle, and got them into a position. You had DK Metcalf who got a reception and should have just ran out of bounds.
Right.
But no, he decides I'm gonna truck this DB. Either way, he would have been in bounds because he would have got tackled.
Right.
He fumbles the ball. It was Swain that jumps on the ball, and luckily Swain had the presence of mind to literally get up and run that ball to the center of the field so they can get a spike off. They got it off, and then they kicked the field goal to go to overtime. But man, you're just being mean, man, for Geno Smith. Man.
Yeah, I didn't know Geno Smith was still in the league, so I had no idea. No idea.
Oh man. Oh my goodness. You know what? My chump of the week has to go to Jamal Adams.
Because you're a chump.
Jamal Adams. And you know what? Let me find a clip. I have it here. So you can just hear. You could hear. You're not going to see it.
Okay.
But you can hear what he says. You know how Sunday Night Football, they have the player introductions.
Oh, okay.
And you have where they say where they're from and stuff like that. And sometimes some of the guys say something funny. This is what Jamal Adams had to say when he was introduced last night.
Jamal Adams, I'm the best in the nation.
So you heard that. Jamal Adams,
Did he
I'm the best.
I'm the best in the nation?
In the nation.
Wow.
And you know what he did? The Seahawks were up by 3 late in the fourth quarter. And Ben Roethlisberger threw a pass straight to him.
And he dropped
And do you know where it went? Hit him straight in the face. didn't hit his hands. Hit him straight in the face.
Right in the face.
So a lot of people are like, "Oh, Geno Smith fumbled the ball like you." And if Jamal Adams who was one of the highest paid safeties in the league, by the way, if he had just intercepted the ball that was thrown straight to him, the game would have been over.
It hit him in the face.
Game would have been over.
What are you going to do? You got a face mask on. It hits you in the face. You don't know where it's going to go.
You know what? Just so you know what? I need to go on YouTube. So you got to see. Hopefully YouTube is treating me nice right now. You have to see the pass.
Like this is what. Okay. Did it just hit him in the face, or did he try to catch it and it hit him in the face?
He didn't even try to catch it. The problem was he was trying to go for the knockout hit. And the ball was thrown straight to him.
Oh, wow.
So just hit some right in the
Wow, that's crazy.
Let me try and bring it up here so you all can see
That's
how
hilarious.
close this thing. And someone has a video it's called "Reason Why Jamal Adams Got the Nickname Blitz Boy."
Oh wow.
Oh, man, and I got an ad here.
Oh, come on.
Let me see if I can get through this ad on YouTube. Let's share my screen so you all can see it. So those who are watching on YouTube or anywhere on the live stream, you all will be able to see this. And unfortunately, for those listening on the audio version, you will not be able to see, but you will be able to at least hear stuff about it. Let's take a look at this. For those who are listening, we show Jamal Adams in position. He's there. He's going up to the line of scrimmage, disguising his look. Roethlisberger drops back.
Almost threw an interception. Jamal Adams had a game changer in his hands.
Look at this. Look at this, Thad.
I'm looking now.
You know, the telestrator's there.
Instead of what Ben thought he was going to cross his... Hit him right in the head. He was...
Oh, wow. Yeah. He stepped up in front of the receiver and, hit him right in the face.
So, Jamal Adams, since you want to throw shade at Geno Smith, Jamal Adams is my chump of the week.
Because you're a chump.
I'm cool with that. That was well-deserved.
Real quick, Colin Powell passed away, I believe, this morning or last night. Yeah. Family spoke about it, to complications due to COVID-19. Yeah. It looks like he was vaccinated.
But he was also immune compromised.
He was immune compromised.
Because he had cancer. Mm-hmm. And that's what everybody's forgetting now. Everybody's like, oh, well, Colin Powell died because of COVID. Yeah, he also weakened immune system because of cancer, folks. So, yeah, there you have it.
Yeah. Well, you know the anti-vaxxers, they're already less like, yo.
Right.
See? Told you. We told you this ain't working.
I just want to know who's going to show up for his funeral, the Republicans or the Democrats?
I think both sides are going to show up, I think.
Like the diehard Republicans.
He did well as obviously as a general in the military.
Yeah,
and then did well as a Secretary of State. And he was somebody who was able to help with negotiations with other world leaders. He was a great...
He did have one blunder.
What was that? What was that blunder?
And that was getting everybody involved for the war in Iraq.
It looks like he was involved with that too. Yeah. So, you know.
That's the only thing. He even said himself, that's the one blip of his career was that. But other than that, great man. First black to have one of the highest positions in government. The fourth down from the president.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then Barack Obama after that. So, like, he should have really ran for president. Everybody wanted him to run.
There was a lot of people
that
wanted him to run, and he did not want to run for that position.
He definitely would have got it, I think. Back then, he definitely would have got it.
Yeah, because especially when you look at the Chappelle jokes, how people revered Colin Powell. You at least would have got that group of people to vote for him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he definitely. I mean, even at that time, he was he was Republican at that time. So he definitely would have got in, no problem, just from his popularity and stuff he did and his work. But then he decided to switch over to the other side because the Republicans were acting up and got Obama in. So win-win situation there. It was win-win. But shout out to Colin Powell. He was good. I like him.
Yep. Thoughts and prayers to his family and friends. Let's get something on a little lighter note. We told you all a little earlier. This is going to be a spoiler alert. We are going to talk about Clickbait because it's been a while since it's been out. We haven't had a chance to talk about it. Clickbait is a Netflix special. It looks like it's going to be a limited special, a limited series, unless they decide to just do a whole nother story for season 2, because there is an ending to it.
Right.
It ends.
And the thing that's, you know how usually you go on Netflix and you see a TV show and it'll be your first season. And it's just like, yeah, season 1. Okay. Like, it wouldn't matter if they're coming out with a season 2 or not. It just says season 1. Nah, this joint literally says limited series. Like what? And it's like what, 8 episodes? I think it was
8 episodes. Each episode is an hour. There is a character by the name of Nick who goes missing. Yeah. And yes, I'm a tell you. I gave you spoiler alert, but also for those who still want to, watch it, I will try
wasn't he Drake from Josh and Drake or? Oh man,
who the Nick?
The Nick show. Yeah, he was one of them.
I don't know.
Josh and Drake or Drake Bell. Or,
Josh and Drake was a show, yes, but he was.
I think he was one of them.
I don't think he was one of them. I don't think he was one of them. He might have been on the show as another character.
I know him from somewhere, yo, and I think it's one of them shows, man.
Google his name.
That's what I'm gonna do. Go ahead, keep talking.
So Nick goes missing, and he is someone on social media, which is the equivalent, or the website on the show. I forgot the name of the website, but it's pretty much our YouTube. And they say, hey, if this person, if I get what was it, a certain amount of views.
Yeah, it was like 500,000 at one point, and then it jumped up to 1 million. Yeah,
if I get a certain amount of views, then I will kill this man, Nick. And Nick is in the video saying, I'm Nick. Yes, this is happening. Blah blah blah. The views go up to that point because everyone's interested. Yo. So it's like people want to see, is he going to get killed? But they're also driving up the views to get him killed. So it's like, all right. And there's several characters there. Nick has a sister who is a nurse, who is a party animal, an alcoholic. You can say heavy drug user. Yeah, Nick is also a white man who's married to a black woman. They obviously have biracial children, 2 biracial sons. There's Nick's mother, who's off and on character. And as each episode goes on, he goes missing, and then finally there is some news about what happens. And then now it's trying to figure out more and more information. Right. And after about episode 2, then there's an episode on like each individual person.
Right.
Episode on his wife
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Episode on his wife. Episode on each child. Episode on his sister. Episode on some alleged significant others on the side. Yeah. There's even an episode on the reporter who's staking out at the house, who then does some shady stuff to get more information, things like that. And at the end, it is not until, like I said, there's 8 episodes. It is not until like almost the end of episode 7 where you're like, oh, this is the person that's responsible. And so, yes. So that person is found responsible, but then episode 8 is where there's a, chase and standoff, and then it ends in a way where there's not going to be another season. So, but right. before we leave this segment, which episode? And I say episode 7. Was it episode 7 when you realized who it was?
Yeah. So because it was episode 7. I honestly was like, oh, okay, yeah, now we know who it is. But like episode 1, I think it was 1, maybe around 2, I was like, yo, I think it's his sister. And then it was like, nah, I think it's the wife and her little whatever side piece. And then if the story keeps going a little bit more and you get the other point of views, and they're like, oh, it's his best friend, son. You know what I'm saying? And then that whole time I'm sitting there like, yeah, it's definitely the best friend. And then the twist happens.
And even then, there was another character where you're like, yo, it was definitely that person. Right. And you're like, oh.
When they finally got to that joint, it was like, wait. Nah, for real?
And then how they wrapped it up and how they showed how they were involved. It was just like, ooh.
Like it twisted even up a little bit more. Like, what?
Now, there was some things that a lot of real techies were kind of like, yeah, that's not possible. This can't happen this way. It can't happen that way. And then the explanation, like, of why the person who was involved, why they did it. Yes, it made sense, but then kind of didn't make sense.
Right.
It was just like, was that person like really like doing it, or were they, so
I
left it.
Made sense to me.
It made sense to me, but there still was like
even the stuff that individual was doing, it could definitely happen. Like
it could
definitely happen that way, because all you need is a computer. Like, dog, like you could literally sit on my computer right now and say I'm gone from my computer. You could sit on my computer right now and do some of the stuff that she did, and I wouldn't know it happened.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? I really would, because a lot of our devices are all tied together. You know what I mean? So it could definitely happen. Now, it won't happen that easily like in there, but it could definitely happen, man. So you know how social media is also, and all these dating sites and stuff like that. That's why people get catfish all the time.
Yeah, man. And that's why the show's called Clickbait.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of things where it was just like, oh, it just enticed you. Just how the show started. It was just so much unanswered. Yeah, so you're like, hold on, I gotta go to the next episode.
Yep.
I gotta go to the next episode.
Gotcha.
And then the fact that, I'm gonna kill Nick if we reach certain amount of viewers, and it's like, yeah, that's clickbait in itself.
Exactly,
like, let's keep on clicking and seeing if he's really dead.
See if this is really gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't want him to, but let's see.
Right,
I'm gonna add to the views.
Right.
So yeah, if you haven't seen it, make sure you check it out. Even though I told you some stuff, there's still a lot of stuff you can definitely.
There's definitely a lot.
Yeah, you can find value, and yes, I still gave you a spoiler alert. But,
not really.
But still.
Not really. You told him Nick was dead. Whoop-de do.
I didn't say exactly that, but hey, I said that to somebody, and they were like, oh, well, you spoiled. I said, well, hold on. Isn't that known in the trailer? Because I didn't see the trailer.
Yeah, I never saw the trailer.
Rosie just started playing it, and I started watching it. I was like, oh, I thought it's known that he,
Yeah.
So I was like, but even when you know that, it's like, nah, there's still.
Didn't you tell me that somebody said that they knew who the killer was by like episode 2?
Yes, someone said that.
1?
And I said, they said by episode 4. And I said, no, you're a liar.
Right.
You are a liar. There's no way. Based on how things were set up, there's no way you would have found out, or you would have thought that person. Right. And they stood on it. I was just like, you're just cloud chasing. That's all.
My bad, folks. Y'all seen me on camera drinking Gatorade and more water. So I had my third shot today. So, trying to keep myself
the third COVID shot.
Hydrated.
COVID shot.
I want to make sure I'm hydrated. Like, if you haven't got your COVID shot, or you're going to, or haven't, or whatever, bro, just make sure you keep yourself hydrated. It helps out a lot. Trust me.
Yes.
Takes down any of the side effects or some symptoms that some people have had. Just keep yourself hydrated. Maybe even take a couple things of vitamin C or vitamin D. Perfect. And you're good. Trust me. You'll be all right.
Yep. Let's now get to our NBA preview for the 21-22 season, a.k.a. the 75th year of the NBA. You remember when the 50th anniversary was. I remember when that was. I
didn't realize it'd been that long. But
yeah, 25 years since then.
Yeah.
I remember they did the whole presentation at All-Star Weekend in Cleveland.
Yeah. Wasn't it like black jackets they got?
Yeah, they got like Letterman jackets, and they got based on their team color. They got they were black, and they had like different trims.
Right.
Like Jordan's was like a black and red. Shaq, who was the youngest active player on the, he wasn't actually there, and that was the controversy. He wasn't there, and he said, "Well, I'm injured, and it's All-Star Weekend. I'm not coming."
Right.
And they were like, "Well, why couldn't you just come through for the event?" He didn't do it. But yeah, 50. Look, like I said, that was in Cleveland. It's interesting how far the NBA has come.
Yeah.
Because you would have thought that for the 50th year in the league, you would have thought you would have put the All-Star game at maybe Boston or New York or LA. Mm-hmm. They put it in Cleveland. Like Cleveland's not even really a cool city, and then Cleveland didn't have any real tradition in the NBA. No legacy. They were in the late 80s and early 90s like competitive, but no real legacy.
Craig
Elo, Mark Price, Mr. Part of the 50-40-90 club. Brad Daugherty, who was a top pick, he was second or first, or
he was up there.
He was up there. Who had a good career, I'll say. Yeah. Very good college career. Played with Michael Jordan for a little bit. I don't think he was there the whole time. Michael Jordan was there, but played for a little bit. Or I don't think Jordan was there the whole time.
No, Jordan wasn't.
Yeah, Jordan came in the league, I believe, a year or two earlier. And then you have, I guess I'm missing this draft. Jeez. And then, like I said, it was in Cleveland. And now, and where's the NBA? Where's the All-Star game this year? I feel like it's in, did they put it in Indianapolis again? Because Indianapolis was supposed to get it. I'm going to put that at NBA All-Star Game 2022. It is in Indianapolis. Remember, it was supposed to be Indianapolis last season.
Right.
But because of the state mandates that they had there, they then were like, well, we got to move it to... Then they said it will be no All-Star Game. Then at the last minute, say it's going to be in Atlanta, but... Anyways, all right, so what we're going to do, we're going to have a storyline for each NBA team, all 30 NBA teams. We're then going to predict the 10 teams that will be in the playoffs, the 6 that will be automatic bids, and the 4 that will be part of the play-in. We'll predict who those teams are. We will also get into our prediction of who would make it into each round, and then we'll predict season awards, and we'll wrap it up with our NBA finals prediction. But let's start with the Southeastern Division in the Eastern Conference, which is the Atlanta Hawks, the Charlotte Hornets, the Orlando Magic, the Miami Heat, and the Washington Wizards. Let's start with the Atlanta Hawks. What's the storyline that you're looking at with that team?
I want to see them pick up where they left off last season. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they didn't do the play-in.
No, they were the 5th seed.
Yeah, so see where they left off, man. They continue where they left off. I think they should be at least in the top 3 of their conference, but if we go top 3 of their division, I'm sorry, but if they conference wise, I think they should be at least a 3-4 seed in my mind.
Okay.
Yeah,
my storyline is similar to yours. Are they going to do continue where they were? Are they going to take the next step, or at least continue at the same pace that they are? Was last year an anomaly because of all the different things that happened during the regular season? Let's get to the Charlotte Hornets. My storyline is, can these young guys play together? Can they play together? And when I mean play together, can they create chemistry, and can they stay healthy?
Right.
Because guys are in and out of the lineup, including LaMelo Ball, who missed a stint there, but also I guess you could say their real veteran on the team, Gordon Hayward. Is he going to stay healthy? So that's my storyline for the Charlotte Hornets. What about you, Thad?
No, I feel the same way. It's like, are we going to actually see the Utah Gordon Hayward finally?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't see that in Boston. Are we going to see him be just, everybody's injury prone. But him, it seems like you only getting a quarter of the season and something happens now. So hopefully we get back Utah Gordon Hayward, because he's really I think he honestly is the key to the team being successful. You know what I'm saying? Taking off a little bit from LaMelo Ball. You know what I'm saying? Mess around. They're gonna mess around and have Jello up there. And
hey, he's gonna at least be on the G League team for now. He did sign a contract, and they waived him 24 hours later, and it was more of a move to try and get him on the G League team. Some sort of business salary cap thing. So, that's what's gonna happen with them. Let's move on now to the Miami Heat. What's your storyline for the Miami Heat?
Is Oladipo going to be strong like he used to be?
Now, you're going to have to educate me because I don't know. Is Oladipo still with them?
Look, I don't even know, bruh. That's the thing I don't understand right now. I don't think he moved on, but I think they kept him.
Yeah, he is still on the
just
Miami
still on
Heat.
the
So, I really wasn't sure, to be honest.
I wasn't sure either because I know there were so many things they were talking about, and then but I want to see a healthy him, man. I honestly want to see him back healthy, how that all-star form again. Other than that, is which Tyler Hero we getting here this season? Because it's him. Did Duncan stay?
Yep, Duncan got that extension.
He got that extension. So,
5 years, $90 million, I believe.
Like, you already know when you're gonna get out of Duncan. He's just gonna shoot. That's all you can get out of him. But Tyler Hero was kind of like that in between of I'm gonna attack the basket or I could shoot for you type deal. But we haven't seen that Tyler Hero since the playoffs 2 years ago. So we'll see. I think that's the key right there with them. Everybody else is solid. It's just, are they going to just stay healthy with this team and keep it going?
Yep. I'm in a fantasy basketball draft. I don't know. I've asked Matthew what happened. I swear we had a draft yesterday, and now I'm.
Were you in the draft yesterday?
I was in the draft. I made picks, so I don't know what happened. Like,
is this the same set of teams?
Same people.
Oh wow.
Same people. It seems like things changed because my first pick is about to be Kevin Durant.
Oh.
All right. Look, I'm still learning fantasy basketball. That one I do not know. I'm still learning that one. The Miami Heat, very similar, but they got Kyle Lowry. They got PJ Tucker. Jimmy Butler's going to be there. Obviously. And we mentioned Oladipo. Can this veteran team really make a run at the NBA Finals? Are we overlooking the Miami Heat when we just think about the East with the reigning champion Milwaukee Bucks and the Nets and everything with that? So are they the team that we're overlooking? That is my storyline. The Orlando Magic. My storyline for them is, can these young guys put it together and just improve? I don't think they're going to be a playoff team. But can they simply improve and be better? That's my storyline for them. What about you? What's your storyline for the Orlando Magic?
I think I'll be honest with you, I feel the same way with them. They had their little spurts last season and whatnot. It's like, can they keep it together? You know what I'm saying? I'm not expecting them. Can they surprise us? You know what I'm saying? Can they surprise us? Can they surprise the league? And being better than we think they are. You know what I'm saying?
And the Washington Wizards. Your favorite team, my favorite team. What's your storyline for them, BigThad?
Kuzma. Are you going to just be throwing up shots? You know what I'm saying? Like, so far, from what I've seen from the box scores, he's been putting up a lot of shots.
A lot.
You know what I'm saying? And not a lot of points, but a lot of shots.
The last preseason game he did.
I didn't see the last box score.
He looked real good. Like, I mean, it's one of those, like, if he just plays consistently,
right,
this is going to look real good. Like, and I honestly do think, and my storyline is along the way. Can all these pieces put it together? You have Bradley Beal, who's an all-NBA talent, but you have Spencer Dinwiddie, who just came in free agency. You have KCP, Kuzma, and Harrell, who came through a trade. You then added rookies Kispert, who was the other rookie that they added?
Kispert and I can't even think of who it is right now. Kispert was the only one I really cared about because I watched him play.
Can they put it together? You have a new head coach. Can they just put it together and improve? Right. Can we not be in the play-in? Can we just legitimately get in the postseason and try and make some noise? That's my storyline.
It's like we have we have a lot more depth. So do we still have Ish Smith? Or is he?
No.
Yes.
It's just not on the team anymore. We do have Aaron Holiday.
Yeah, I like that. I like him being there. And I seen Neto's doing pretty good. He's been doing pretty good this preseason. So, yeah, I mean, if they could just be a team that works hard and actually plays defense this season, and you know what I'm saying? I don't think any of those players collectively make up for what Brody did. But
you don't think so? I mean,
I don't think so. I don't think they could. Out of all of them, I don't think they could give us a triple double. You know what I'm saying? They all cannot make up for what he did, but they all have their strengths, and hopefully, it just brings another whole new energy to this team. You know what I'm saying? Especially defensively, and especially with the new coach. You know what I'm saying? Is Unseld going to live up to the name? You know what I'm saying? So that's my storyline. Like, just play defense and everything else will play itself out. Because we already know we can score. We've been doing it for years. It's just, can we play defense to make good stops to win games?
All right, let's move to the Western Conference and go through those divisions there. Let's start with the Southeastern Conference. And honestly, I know the Dallas Mavericks are in that conference. I know the Memphis Grizzlies are in that conference. I know the New Orleans Saints are in that conference. Sorry, New Orleans Pelicans.
Pelicans.
The Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah.
And it must be the Houston. Oh, hold on. Now I need to see which divisions.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Because now I'm kind of like, hold on. The math ain't mathing.
It's not mathing at all.
The math ain't mathing on this one. And real quick, I believe I got a pick coming up. This is what happens when you try to do a draft at the same time that you're doing a live stream for your podcast. It is my turn to pick. Who did I pick last time? I don't even know who I picked. Let me look at my results. No, I did pick him, so I am on the clock right now. Let's get this guy, Devin Booker. Let's get him out of there. All right, my division, and I'm gonna go back to we're gonna go to in the West, and we're gonna go to the Southwest Division. I was close. I did add a team that should not have been there, but I was close. The Dallas Mavericks, Memphis Grizzlies, San Antonio Spurs, New Orleans Pelicans, Houston Rockets. Let's start with the Dallas Mavericks. What's your storyline there, BigThad?
Luka. Really, Luka. Like, is this MVP season for Luka? You know what I'm saying? I think everything runs through Luka. We all know what Luka can do. You know what I'm saying? It's just now him. Give me MVP Luka, Porzingis just being healthy. I think they could do some damage. I don't think they're going to be like top 4 or anything like that in the conference, but I think they could do some damage, man. They could really surprise some folks, and hopefully get past the first round this time.
Yep, that's my storyline. Are you going to be? Is Luka going to take the next step that no matter what happens with the team, he's going to get to the team to at least the second round? And an additional storyline: is he going to be MVP this year? That's what I have for the Dallas Mavericks. Let's get to the Houston Rockets. They had I believe one of the worst records, or they had the worst record in the NBA last year. They drafted Jalen Green. My storyline for them is, how's Jalen Green and these young guys, how are they going to do? Like, how are they going to do with all the young guys and the second year coach and things like that? What are they going to do? That is my storyline for them. What's your storyline for the Houston Rockets?
I have no storyline for them. None.
Next team.
Next team. Like, is your man still over there?
John Wall is still there, but they're trying to deal him or come up with a buyout. But
trying something.
He seems like it, basically.
I know he wants to go.
He's a working participant in this, so they're both working on something. And they, from what the sources are saying, he's been gracious the entire time. He's been out there just, I believe he's been playing. Like, look that up for me, BigThad, but I believe he's been playing. So
I'll look at their preseason.
Yeah. We're going to move on now to the Memphis Grizzlies. What's your storyline for the Grizzlies?
Grizzlies, wow. I don't even, hold on. Let me look at something real quick.
I told you to do two things at the same time, so my bad. I should probably look up the John Wall thing for you.
I mean, no, you good. But no, with the Memphis Grizzlies, man, it's just like, is Jaren Jackson's contract going to go to his head?
Jaren Jackson was signed to a
nice extension,
basically a max deal.
Yeah. So, and him and Ja, you know what I'm saying? Ja just keeping it up, keep doing what he's been doing. They should make the playoffs. It's just now who's all like. I don't understand how Kyle Anderson is still playing in the league.
What's wrong with Kyle Anderson?
He just looks weird. He's just weird to me. His style of play is so weird to me. Like, it's so slow.
It's slow-mo.
I remember seeing him in high school going into college, and I'm still like, yo, how was this man one of the top recruits in the country? I just couldn't understand it. And then he's in the league, and he's still playing the same exact way. And I'm like, how is he in the league? He's one of
they call him slow-mo.
The unorthodox, like, it's just weird to me. But I think Jaren Jackson, hopefully the contract doesn't go to his head, and he plays exceptionally. John Morant, just taking another step forward. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't the big storyline last year with him? He got shafted for something. Was it All-Star?
Yeah, like a Rookie of the Year. And,
you know what I'm saying?
So, no, he got Rookie of the Year. Sorry. They were trying to give it to Zion after only playing like 15 games.
Yeah, so, but, also, let's see, is he All-Star caliber that people think he is? You know what I'm saying? So, that's my storyline with him. They should make they should make the playoffs. They made it last season. You know what I'm saying? They might be an 8 seed or whatever, but I think they could make the next step forward. Just make that next step forward in their progression.
Looking back to the question I asked you, he actually has not played John Wall during the preseason. So but he is there. He's around. He is around. Let's now get to we did Memphis. Let's now get to, what was the team that we forgot? The New Orleans Pelicans. My storyline for them is, when is Zion going to be healthy?
Right.
And when is he going to take accountability in his own health?
He ain't been healthy since he got into the league.
I'm getting tired that, Zion wants out. The organization, they're not doing well. They traded away Lonzo Ball, and he wanted Lonzo Ball. Yeah, did Lonzo Ball want to stay there?
Right.
Like, that's the key. Did Lonzo Ball want to stay there? Right. But this whole narrative that, they're doing him wrong. And look, the Pelicans organization ain't the greatest. The football family of the Saints, the Bensons, have just allowed them to just be the tax write-off for them, where they're just like, let's operate at a loss, like yada, yada, yada. But at the same time, Zion has done nothing in the NBA to really dictate that, hey, I'm trying to get out of here. Right. Yeah, they may help you get out, but he hasn't done anything to dictate a team saying that he needs to get out. So when is Giannis going to take accountability for his health? That's all. That's my storyline. What's your storyline for the Pelicans?
Zion, man, it's just, can we get a full season?
Well, so far we ain't getting a full one.
We ain't getting a full season.
Like, he gonna be out for a little bit,
a couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let me see what you can do. Like, when you come off an injury, you come back healthy. Can you lead your team? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I've seen him be that lead on the team. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know who else is on that team, but it's all about Zion.
Tomas Satoransky, Garrett Temple, Brandon Ingram.
Was the whole Wizards team?
They made that. Brandon Ingram, though. Josh Hart.
He don't have nothing really be mad about, because he has Josh Hart there. He has Ingram there. Like, Ball being there would have been too crowded, I think. Still. I mean, they let J.J. Redick go. Come on.
Yeah, man.
You know, say they traded J.J. Redick.
Yep. So, that's our storyline for the Pelicans. And now the San Antonio Spurs. What's your storyline for them?
Bruh, I don't even know who's on the Spurs team.
That's a great storyline. I don't even know who's on the Spurs.
It's a team of unknowns. You know what I'm saying? Once, what's his name, went to Chicago.
DeRozan.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know who's on that team. I remember Kyle Anderson used to be on that team.
Yep.
A while back, but yeah, man, I have no idea who's on that team.
They have Devin White.
Pop.
The only reason
wasn't he injured last season, or was that Murray?
DeJounte Murray, since that like quad injury, or he had a bad kind of injury. Yeah. I think it was a quad. He's been getting better, but
But I mean, it's Pop doing something with a team of unknowns. They might be pretty good this season. You know what I'm saying? Pop has a thing for doing things with unknown players and teams. Like, they might have one like star-ish player, and Pop will be successful with it. But yeah, we'll see what happens, man. I think that it's just a team of unknowns. We don't know what's going to happen with that team. But Pop might have them playing pretty good, man. Who knows?
Oh, man. Yeah, that's kind of like that's my storyline. What is Pop going to really, like, is this going to be the end for Pop? Is he winding down? We already saw he gave up Team USA. Is he winding down now as a head coach?
He gave up Team USA?
Yeah, it's going to be sorry, I'm sorry. I misspoke.
You talking about D'Angelo?
Grant Hill's going to take over the running
of Colangelo.
Yes, yeah. But Pop, I misspoke. Pop, I'm not sure. Pop, we don't know about Pop.
We don't know about Pop yet. It's 4 years away. You know
yeah. So that is the Southwestern Division. Let's stay in the Western Conference for a little bit. for the next one. And we're going to go to Northwest Division. And we're going to start with an OKC's in the Northwest because they used to be in Seattle and they just moved them and still kept them in the Northwest. That's what threw me off. It's like, well, hold on. That don't make no. So they're in the Northwest. But I guess they have to because of geography and stuff like that. Whatever.
This is weird.
Let's start off with that division. Denver Nuggets. My storyline for them is, can the Denver Nuggets sustain until Jamal Murray gets there? Also, what is Michael Porter Jr. going to become an all-star caliber player? He already got paid. He got the max extension. It is what it is. I don't think he's done enough to get a max extension, but it is what it is. Is he now going to show that he is a max player? That's my storyline. What about you, Thad?
No, I feel the same way, man. They did add some pieces, you know what I'm saying, some slight pieces. So, I mean, is Aaron Gordon going to have they had that late trade or whatever, so Aaron Gordon came over. But now can they put it all together?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Can they put all those pieces together and hold on until he gets back?
Yep. Let's now get to the the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Come on, bro.
Let's just be quick with Minnesota. I don't think they're good. They're just bad. They have Anthony Edwards, but they got to do. They're just bad. I'm moving on. Do you want to say anything?
Hold on. Anthony Edwards.
They have Karl Anthony Towns. Yes, I know, but
D'Angelo, Pat Bev, your mans. You know what I'm saying? Josh Okogie. You know what I'm saying? They even got Jake Layman. What?
You're only saying that because you are a Terp fan. Jake Layman.
Let's move on.
Oh, man.
I don't see nothing good about this Minnesota team by any means. Like, how is Towns still there? Like, how?
Towns out. You know what? Let me not go there. He's had a rough setup.
Yeah, he's had
it rough. So I ain't gonna pile on the young man like that.
I'm just surprised he's still there. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it just loyalty at this point?
I believe he signed a decent contract, so he's gonna be there for a minute. I don't think he's still on it. He's definitely not on his rookie deal. He signed an extension.
No.
So,
yeah, man, I don't know, bro.
I'm doing this fantasy draft, like you all know.
You're good.
Someone reached for the next person I was gonna get, but they reached, so that's why I'm just like, oh, all right. Let me make this pick real quick.
Who we have next? We have you want to do Portland?
The next team that we're
OKC.
going to do is OKC.
Yeah, we can skip that.
I don't even know who's on that
See,
team.
that's what I'm saying.
Just skip.
Like
it.
they've been collecting draft picks between draft picks. Look, Derek Favors. Oh, Shea just added.
Shea is good. Shea is good, and I think that's what I want to see. Can Shea somehow just get this team to a respectable record? Because Shea is nice.
Shea, Ty Jerome. Who else is dog? Aaron Wiggins. I'm surprised he's even in the league.
They got a kid that they just drafted, white boy.
Theo.
Is it Giddy or Jitty or? Do you see a name?
Josh Giddey.
Josh Giddey. People are talking about him, but remember, I didn't watch college basketball, so.
Look, I'm literally looking at this, and it doesn't say he even came from a college.
Oh, he might have just been one of those.
One of those rookie.
Those like high school elite, maybe.
That went to the G League, G Elite or whatever.
He's Australian.
Oh.
Okay, he came from the Australian league. That's why. 6'8", like I think 6'8" point guard. Yeah, people just been talking about him.
Could be intriguing.
Yeah. Yeah, that should be good. The other teams in the Northwest Division. Let's go to Portland. What's your storyline for Portland?
Hold on real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I just looked at their salary.
Mm-hmm.
The highest paid player on that team is Derek Favors at $9 million.
Yeah, I believe Shea's contract probably doesn't kick in.
Shea is 5, and Josh is 5.
Because Shea did get a extension.
But everybody else is like $1 million into.
Yeah, because they all like young dudes. Like all of them are young. All of them are.
What are you saving up? And you got all these draft picks too. So what are you saving up?
They not trying to win because you got to use money to get. When you're in Oklahoma, like
Right.
you just got to use.
Who you saving money for right now?
Yep. Next year, 2022 to 23, that's when Shea gets $29.7 million.
Oh, okay.
That's when that extension kicks in. Then goes to 32.1, 35, 34.5, 36.8, and 39.2.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Who we going to?
He got a 5-year 173. He got the max that he could have gotten.
Oh, okay.
Got the max
That's
that he
good
could have
for him.
gotten, and it will kick in next year.
Only max player on the team.
Portland Trailblazers.
Portland.
I'm going to say, can they convince Damian Lillard to stay with the team? That's my storyline. What about you, Thad?
Oh, you mean at the end of the season?
Yeah, at the end of the year,
okay,
can they do
okay.
enough for he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna stay?
I thought you meant like.
Or will he be requesting a trade by December?
Right. You know what I'm saying? I think the weird thing about this, I don't even think it's the players. I think it's gonna have to be the coaching. Billups, Chauncey. I think Chauncey's gonna be the key to keeping them in Portland. Be honest with you. I honestly think Chauncey's the key. The team, you got Nurkic, Nance, Little, McCollum, Covington. You have solid role players on the team. You know what I'm saying? You don't need no more stars on the team. It's Portland.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't really had a real star since Clyde the Glide. You know what I'm saying? So I think it all has to do with Billups, man. I think Billups.
Rasheed Wallace, but I understood what you mean. He ain't no superstar like Clyde. I know what you mean.
Come on, bro.
I know what you mean.
Come on, man. You could say Rasheed was a star in Washington and
now you're reaching.
Detroit.
He wasn't no star
You
in
know what I'm
Washington. They got rid of
You know
him
what I'm
too
saying?
fast.
they definitely got rid of him way too fast. You know what I'm saying? No, I think Billups is the key to all of it. If they could have a decent season, not even like, because they made the playoffs last season. Right?
Yeah, they made the playoffs, lost in the
They
first
made-
round to the Denver Nuggets.
I mean, it's tough in the West, man. It's like, only thing I can see is him leaving is going to the East somewhere.
Yeah, I believe that's what's going to happen.
Because I don't think he can't go to the West anyway. He damn sure can't go to L.A. now.
Yeah.
That's impossible. He really can't go to Golden State. He could possibly go to Denver. Did Utah have a point guard?
Yeah, well, they have Conley, but they also have
Conley's getting
Donovan.
old.
Yeah,
Conley's
Donovan
getting
Mitchell.
old. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so, I mean, it's still a little too it's crowded in the West, man. It's really crowded in the West to the decent teams in the West. I mean, he could go to Minnesota or something like that, but yeah. Or New Orleans. Still don't understand why they're still in the West, but yeah, whatever. Yeah, I mean, other than that, it's really, like I said before, it's Chauncey. Chauncey's the key to him staying in Portland, man.
All right, and the Utah Jazz, my storyline for them is, can they be contenders like they were last year in the West? Are they going to be in the Western Conference Finals facing another team? That's my storyline. What about you?
I mean, I think Western Conference Finals might be a reach for them. I think it might be. Like, it's weird to say it because we saw how Golden State was last season. There's a possibility of Clay coming back. I don't think he's gonna be Clay like yet. Like Clay yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of the things. But Utah, it really, like, we saw what they did last season. But then when it came to playoffs, they just didn't have that experience to keep it going. You know what I'm saying? So I think the key is, do they learn off the experience from last playoffs and still stay constant and don't take a step back more than anything.
All right. Let's go to the East now. Central Division. Start with the Chicago Chicago Bulls.
Wow, Bulls.
Chicago Bulls. Bulls.
Come on, Jeremy Jordan.
Can these Bulls with Lonzo Ball, DeMar DeRozan, and Zach LaVine and Nikola Vucevic, can they make the playoffs and actually maybe win a first round? That's my storyline for them. But can they make the playoffs? Can they bring back fun basketball to the Chicago Bulls fans that haven't had fun basketball since 2015, probably?
Bruh, how you gonna go disrespect Alex Caruso like that? Come on, man. Come on. I see some highlights from this preseason. I was like, yo, look at that. Son.
That guy. He's a fan favorite. Let me tell you, he's worked hard. He's a hard worker.
Oh, yeah, he's a hard worker.
He's an NBA player. But I always say he got notoriety because he's on the Lakers.
Right.
If he literally was on the Nets, I don't think he gets that much notoriety for the same performance.
Oh, you trying to put him on Jeremy Lin level?
Yes, because it's no. He's better than Jeremy Lin. He's better than Jeremy Lin. Jeremy Lin's had one good year where it was like, okay, Jeremy Lin is good, and then he got injured. He had that knee injury. And that was when he was with the Charlotte Hornets, I believe, when that happened. But Caruso, no, he's a solid NBA player. He just also isn't. He shouldn't be as fan favorite for his performance.
It definitely kind of sucked because he was on the Lakers. You weren't getting no time. But no, I think he's gonna do. I think Chicago's gonna be dope. That's definitely on paper. They should be a contender in the East.
Yeah, if it's 2K,
like 3, I would say on paper they should be 3 in the East.
They should be.
But
I think when we start narrowing it down, it's gonna be like,
Right.
It's gonna be like,
Like, and my other thing is Zach LaVine gonna take the next step. You know what I'm saying? Is he gonna be better?
Yep. Let's now get to other teams in the Central Division. The Cleveland Cavaliers.
Let's move it on.
They have Evan Mobley. I do want to see Evan Mobley. So that's my storyline. I want to see how Evan Mobley plays with that team. But yeah, moving on. Due to time constraints, we're moving on further into the front.
We're just moving on.
The Detroit Pistons. They have Cade Cunningham. They have Sadiq Bey. I was about to say Sekou Demboye, but he ain't there no more. Can these young Detroit Pistons bring back Detroit basketball?
Come on, son.
Anytime soon?
Luke Garza, Jeremy Grant. Come on, son.
Jeremy Grant. I do have to apologize to Jeremy
Josh
Grant.
Jackson?
Because Jeremy Grant, I do like him. He came from your alma mater. He's a good basketball player, real nice dude. So I apologize, Jeremy Grant, if you hear me, that I forgot to mention
that's right.
on the team. I forgot to mention, gold medalist Jeremy Grant.
That's right.
Yes. So I apologize. Definitely. apologize for that. What's your storyline for the Pistons?
I want to see Jeremy Grant take the next step. Like everybody, like I think Detroit has been his best situation so far, and he's showing out. And I want him to keep going.
Yeah,
you know
man.
What I'm saying? Keep showing out. Let's see what Kay Cunningham could actually do in the NBA. You know, in college is a whole different game. You know what I'm saying? He only did one season.
Yep.
So let's see what he can do. Like hopefully they're a playoff team. Hopefully. You know what I'm saying? But I think they're solid. Just seeing as they have solid players on their team. Are they star quality yet? Probably not, besides Jeremy. But yeah, that's the key. It's just like, can you put it together? And though y'all are young, can you shock everybody?
Mm-hmm.
That's my storyline.
Indiana Pacers, what's your storyline?
Pacers still playing in the NBA?
I
mean, what's homeboy just got his extension. So Brogdon, he just got his extension. You know what I'm saying? Justin Holiday. Ooh.
Miles Turner, TJ Warren, Karis LeVert,
TJ McConnell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, but they also have a new head coach, Rick Carlisle.
I mean, look, Rick Carlisle. See, you know what? This is it. This is the Utah of Indiana.
The Utah of the East?
Yeah, this is the Utah of the East. You know what I'm saying? I think this is what this team is going to be.
Utah of the East.
They're going to be, they might shock you here and there, but you're really not expecting them to do too much, but being like the middle of the pack. And it'll be a couple games where it will sway them either direction. You know what I'm saying? But the team's solid. If they stay healthy, they're a very solid team. Could definitely make some noise in the East because it's the East. So I do see them making playoffs. And Rick Carlisle really making them a better team than what we saw they were last season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do want to see, can they all put it together, because they it seems like they never have the full lineup.
Right.
Never have the full lineup. So that's what I want to see with the Indiana Pacers. And now let's get to the defending champions, the Milwaukee Bucks. My storyline for them is Giannis gonna get even better? And so far in the preseason,
it's looked like he did some work in the offseason.
That jumper looks, it just looks a little better, and he looks scarier.
Right.
Like it's,
you know,
and if he continues, man,
that form looks so much better in this jump shooting. You know what I'm saying? You could tell he definitely practiced. It's he could. It looks like he can be dangerous, even more dangerous than he was last season.
Man, that's about to be a scary thought.
My other storyline is Grayson Allen going to make the team, and will he be a decent contributor to the team?
I think Grayson should make the team. I mean, Grayson has proved he's an NBA player now. He played with the Grizzlies for a little bit. The Grizzlies. Yeah. He's proven he's an NBA player. He came into the league like a little spoiled little brat.
Right.
But
his girl's hot though.
I gotta look that up.
Yeah, she's a soccer player.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah.
Let me look up his girl.
But yeah, I mean, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was supposed to be like the heir apparent to JJ Redick. You know what I'm saying? So
wow. And the third Google search was Grayson Allen's girlfriend. So a lot of people have been searching for it.
Oh, you were actually checking.
Yeah, she's kind of cute.
Yeah, she's cute. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I think partly because she's
Duke soccer player. You know,
an athletically built. Wow. You know, shout out to my man Benjamin Joshua Brown. We've had this theory, a little side topic, but had this theory that women who, geez, I'm not trying to get canceled.
Oh, see, here you go. That's what I'm saying. You go.
Women who play sports or follow sports are automatically somehow more attractive than, women who don't. They can look exactly the same, but just you knowing that they play or follow intrigues you. It's almost like pheromones. Like there's no real explanation, but you're going to be attracted to them. And I feel like
I
women who watch or women who play are more attractive.
I can see that.
Or that the fact that they watch and play increases your attraction to them.
Right.
Hopefully no one heard that segment, that part, so we don't get, I ain't trying to get no mail from anyone. You gotta talk about women when they look good.
No, we were just saying it had nothing to do with looks. When you were talking about it, it's just that they just seem more attractive.
I just want to make sure no one ain't trying to get canceled out here. Ain't trying to get canceled. Ain't trying to get me too'd out here.
Out here choosing violence. Don't get Chappelle. Well, close to Chappelle.
The East. We're going to remain in the East for the last conference.
Okay.
The Atlantic Division.
Toronto.
Let's start with the Boston Celtics. What's your storyline for the Celtics?
Oh, wow. Celtics, man. Celtics is one of them teams, man, you just don't know what's going to happen. But my thing is Jaylen Brown and Tatum. How are y'all two going to, do your thing? I'm not worried about Dennis Schroeder. Schroeder. You know what I'm saying?
I think Dennis Schroeder honestly is going to play pretty decent. I think he just wasn't a good fit with the Lakers. And I thought he was going to be a good fit. Yeah. He just wasn't. And I think a lot of people need to just admit that they all thought he was going to be a good fit with the Lakers. Right. And it didn't work out. And now everyone's trying to act like they knew all along, we knew he wasn't good. No, you didn't. We all thought he was going to be good with that team.
Can he take the distraction off of his blunder?
Off the blunder of not taking that
contract.
Yeah, that's a huge blunder. My goodness. Yeah. My storyline for the Boston Celtics how's this team going to look with a new head coach? Also, is Jason Tatum, because it seems like a lot of guys when they go to the Olympics and they win, they come back and it's like they have a better year. They improve.
More
is Jason Tatum going to take that next step also? And some people say he's a superstar already. I'm kind of like, you got to do a little more for me, but he has definitely, he's good. He's an all-star. He's going to be one of those perennial all NBA players. That's what I want to know about that team. The Brooklyn Nets. My storyline is this, and this should be probably everyone's storyline. What is Kyrie Irving going to do ultimately? We know what happened last week. The Brooklyn Nets said Kyrie Irving will not be playing part-time due to the city mandate on unvaccinated athletes in the city for indoor events. They say you're not doing part-time. They say you're not going to be playing on the road only.
Right.
So they said, look, until you get vaccinated, you're just not going to play. Kyrie said, and I'm just going to be real quick. Kyrie said, I'm not vaccinated. I'm not anti-vaxxed, but I'm not vaccinated because I want to take a stand for those who are also unvaccinated that have lost jobs and privileges. And I'm kind of like, you could have got vaccinated to still be with your team and to then still be a platform for those who are unvaccinated and losing their liberties.
Right.
You could have done that. So personally, I think that's BS. I think he doesn't want it. And you got to deal with the consequences. If Kyrie Irving had simply said, look, I don't want to take the vaccine, I'm going to sit out this year. You know what? I would actually respect him.
I would have been cool with it. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, that's his choice.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, he's saying, I'm just not going to play. But this whole thing that I'm not going to get vaccinated, but I'm also going to try and contribute to the team. Oh, and I want to get paid also.
Right.
And I want to be, I'm eligible for a Supermax. I want to be able to, or at least if I play well this year, I can get a Supermax. I'm eligible for an extension. I'm trying to get that extension also. No, you can't have it all.
Right.
And to all those who are saying, civil liberties are being taken away. No, it's a pandemic. We got to get things in order. And until cases take a drop, there's going to be some sacrifices people have to make.
Yeah.
And for some people, the sacrifice was to take the vaccine. For Kyrie, the sacrifice is, I'm not going to take it. But if you don't take it, stay home. So my storyline for the Nets is what's going to ultimately happen with Kyrie Irving. I personally think he's going to be back before Christmas. But it's not far-fetched if he just sits out all year either. So,
right.
Yeah, man. What's your storyline for the Nets?
Healthy James Harden.
Okay.
Healthy KD. And I kind of want to see what's up with LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah, he came back.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even know he came back. Someone said it on Clubhouse. I was like, no, he retired. They're like, nah, he came back. I'm like, huh? I don't remember that. Yeah, man. He got
clearance,
he got doctors to clear him. So yeah,
I
man.
want to see what kind of shape he's in. If he's been working out. I want to see what kind of player he could be, because we did want to see him on this team. What I'm saying? See what he could do on this team. So I think that's the storyline for me. Like, we know what KD could do. We know what Harden can do. We know Aldridge of old. But can he now take this next step coming back and do better than he was with the Spurs? Because the Spurs seemed like the blip in his career for me. He went to the Spurs and really did nothing. Like, he almost took a step backwards than he coming to Spurs.
That's interesting.
Yeah, in
interesting
my mind.
take there. Interesting take there. Let's now get to the Philadelphia 76ers. My storyline is, look, what is Ben Simmons going to do? He obviously did come back, but he's going to actually play. Are we going to get that phantom injury before game one?
Nah.
Where he'll just be like, I got this nagging injury. I'm about to sit out.
I already told you it was going to happen.
Or is he going to actually play and get his way and get out of there? Yeah, man. What's your storyline?
See, with me is, I just want to see if Ben's going to just, like, he already came back. So he's going to get his money.
Back.
He's going to get his money.
After missing $8 million.
Right. He's going to. So, he's back or whatever. My thing is he going to play? Or if he's going to do like I told him to do before he lost the $8 million, just come back. Just come back. Nobody says you got to play. Just come back. You can get paid regardless. So
if he had just came back when training camp opened and had that,
Nah, Rich Paul got on his ass. That's what it was.
Oh, by the way, did you hear the report from Ramona Shelburne?
No.
She said, according to her sources, Game 7 of the Eastern Conference semis against the Atlanta Hawks.
Okay.
He came and said, hey, I lost my sense of taste. And I was also around the team masseuse who tested positive for COVID. So I think I need to, possibly be in quarantine. They tested him and they're like, you ain't got COVID. Go out there and play.
Oh, yo.
And then we saw what happened.
Oh, no.
Then we saw what happened.
I mean, if he lost his taste, man, you never know. He might have had COVID, but it was just a wrong test.
Nah, they say he ain't have it. Like, you going back out there.
Yo.
Sorry, young man. New York Knicks. What's your storyline, BigThad?
Man. Was last season a fluke? You know what I'm saying? That's what we know you have Derrick Rose on the team. We had Julius Randle had a crazy season last season. Is this season a fluke? Is last season a fluke? You know what I'm saying? Y'all ended up where y'all were. Like, nobody thought the Knicks would be in the playoffs. Nobody. But y'all did it. So, was last season a fluke or not? That's my storyline.
My storyline is very similar to yours. Was last year a fluke? So we could just move on. Toronto Raptors. They're back in Canada. How are they going to play back in Canada full time? That is my storyline.
You're right. Go back to
How are they
Orlando.
going to play back full time
Right.
in Canada? Are they going to have that home court advantage that they had for several years, where they've been competitive and stuff like that? Because they don't have Kyle Lowry anymore.
No.
They don't have the star names. They have Pascal Siakam, but how is it going to be going in and out of that country for road teams when they have to play them? Let's now go to the last division in the NBA, the Pacific Division, or those who don't know the specific division. Those are the people who say specific and Pacific incorrectly. The specific division. Let's start off here with the Golden State Warriors. What's your storyline?
When are they gonna get rid of Draymond? They don't need him.
Oh my goodness, you're such a hater.
Draymond, get rid of Draymond, and hopefully, and is Clay gonna come back strong?
Yeah, that's my thing. When is Clay coming back, and is he going to be close to the Clay before he left? We saw KD literally. He did sit out a year with an Achilles injury. Now Clay had it different. He had a knee injury and was coming off of the knee injury, then had an Achilles.
Right.
But we saw KD 1 year after the Achilles come back, and literally we were talking about, is he the best player in the NBA? Can Clay get back to that form? I am going to play something that someone said about, I believe, Klay Thompson. And let me see if this is the clip.
3,000 more attempts with his right hand. So, I mean, Larry Bird is great. Was great.
He ain't in that five.
Right.
That is actually the wrong clip. Now I remember. That's the wrong clip. I'm going to play.
Terrible ass clip too, by the way.
But I'm going to play the one that I really want to play for you. Jeez, where is it? Here it is. Here it is. And this is why Matthew, and I had Matthew listen to a Clubhouse room with me one time, and he just was like, this is wild. This was from Clubhouse. Listen to this take about someone on the Golden State Warriors.
I mean, that's just another easy one to me. I've been saying that for like 6 months or something like
Yo,
that.
you said Jordan Poole's a better playmaker than John Morant. Did you not?
He said better player. Even his statement is even more aggressive.
Player. That's crazy.
Hey, listen. He's gonna be better than John Morant. He hasn't. I'm saying listen. Watch the game.
No, I'm saying when I asked you, like, what does he do better? You said he's a better passer, better playmaker.
Yeah, you gotta watch the tape. You gotta watch the tape.
Hey,
You gotta watch the tape.
You gotta watch the tape.
So yes, let's now move on to the
Jordan Poole.
Yes, Jordan Poole.
I see. I'm trying. They
Let's
let
just
the
move
Android. They let the Android users on Clubhouse, and look what happens.
Oh man, Los Angeles Clippers. My storyline for them is, how are they going to play without Kawhi for the whole year? I believe they're still going to be a playoff team, but are they going to look good as a playoff team?
Nope, they're getting the first pick in the draft.
Oh, you complete opposite. First pick in the draft. You have no trust.
They ain't even making the playoffs.
You have no trust into Paul George.
They ain't
no
making
faith in Paul George.
Hell, no. Playoff P? No. Come on, bruh. Pandemic P? No.
Yeah,
not going to happen.
You're cruel.
They ain't making the playoffs again until the new arena's built.
Wow. Yes, let's get to the Los Angeles Lakers. What's your storyline, BigThad?
Can these guys keep it together for a full season to win the championship? I honestly think this team can win the championship just off of who they are. Mm-hmm. But can they stay healthy all year long to make this happen?
The key is they have to stay healthy enough to have a good seed. Because as good as this team is on paper, if they do not have a good seed, they can lose.
Oh yeah.
Before the NBA Finals.
And I want to see how Melo, how well they use Melo, Because Melo's been looking somewhat decent this preseason.
Melo's been.
He looked like he used to look on the Olympic team before they held him off.
Melo's been getting better the last couple. When I say better than OKC was just bad.
Yeah.
That was just bad. Yeah. It was a bad situation for him. It was bad. Houston didn't even give him a chance. He got on Portland and he showed that he could still play. But Melo has been even more content with his role. And I feel like he's just committed to that. And it's going to be key. They have Dwight Howard back. They have Russell Westbrook there, AD. But the key for me is also, what is AD? AD's
playing center.
AD is the key. And he has to play center at some point at a decent level. He cannot continue saying, I don't want to play, or I don't really prefer. Let's keep Dwight Howard in here. Let's keep DeAndre Jordan in here. Because ultimately at the end of games and at the end of some crucial games, he's going to have to be the center.
Oh, yeah, by far.
To accommodate having Carmelo Anthony in the lineup at the same time with LeBron and Russ and players like that. That's what they're going to have to do. That is what they're going to have to do.
Who's your starting five for them?
Starting five has to be this: Russell Westbrook, Wayne Ellington, LeBron James, AD, DeAndre Jordan. That has to be the starting five.
Okay, so you have Melo coming off the bench.
Melo coming off the bench, Rondo coming off the bench, Nunn, Malik Monk, Trevor Ariza, all those guys coming off the bench. Mm-hmm. All those guys coming off the bench.
You see Melo starting at some point in the season?
I think he'll start in games where like they need someone to take a break, like load management
or even kind of small ball type thing.
Yeah, depending on who they play, maybe one or two starts here and there, but not like you're going to be in a regular rotation.
Not consistent.
Starting rotation. Phoenix Suns. My storyline for them is: is there a hangover from losing?
Right.
Is there a hangover?
Is your season done because of last season?
Yeah, you played late into the year, and you lost.
Right.
Yes,
you lost in convincing fashion.
Yeah, especially those last 4 games. It just was like, oh, Bucks dominated those last 4 games. Mikal Bridges got his extension.
Yep.
I think they needed to do it. DeAndre Ayton, I believe.
No, he didn't get his.
He didn't get his yet, and that's the thing. No. He's been wanting to get his.
Right.
And they gave it to Bridges before him.
Yeah. It's going to be tough.
I think the thing with the Suns organization, they're kind of like, Ayton, you didn't really do anything until last year.
Right.
And yes, you played well, but we want to see more. Do we have to get to the Sacramento Kings?
No. Come on,
that is my storyline. Do we have to get to the Sacramento
Do we have to get there? Do we? Whatever happened to Buddy Hield? Is he still
Buddy Hield's there.
Buddy
Hield went off against the Lakers in preseason.
I bet he did because he's mad because he wanted to be the Lakers.
De'Aaron Fox is there. Tyrese Halliburton. It's like they have good players, but Luke Walton's their head coach.
Right.
They don't really have a great organization, so the culture may not even be great. So
they need Pager. They need Pager and
Divock, I believe, is within the front office.
They need Pager. Well, Divoc's in the front office, but you need Stojakovic and you need Weber. You know what I'm saying? And either Bibby or Jason Williams back. You know what I'm saying?
Like Rick Pitino. Those guys ain't walking through that door anymore.
No.
All right, let's go to our next segment where we quickly predict who are the standings when it comes to the postseason. Thad, who is your rankings, and which is easier? Do you want to go 1 to 10 or 10 to 1?
Are we going to 10? I thought we were going to go to 8.
We got to do the playing.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you want to do East first?
Yeah, we can do East. Do you want to go
5, like bottom 5 East, bottom 5 West, and then jump?
We could just stay with one conference at a time.
Okay.
So you want to go 1 to 10 or 10 to 1?
10 to 1.
All right. Big Thad, who is your 10 seed?
10 seed. Man.
Threw a monkey wrench for you.
Charlotte.
Charlotte. And then just Charlotte's your 10th seed.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your 9th?
9th seed, I'm going to give Detroit.
Ooh. Detroit, the Pistons. All right, who's your 8th seed?
Oh, man, Miami.
The Heat. Who's your 7th seed?
Indiana.
Okay, we got the Pacers. So we have 6 more teams.
Washington.
Oh, buddy. The Wizards.
Knicks.
Okay, got the Knicks.
Hold up. I'm looking at names here. I can't remember it. Let's see. I got. Hawks.
Got the Hawks.
How many left? Left 4.
You have, and let me count. You have 3 more.
3 more?
Yeah. You have 7 teams here.
Philly.
All right, 76ers.
Milwaukee and Brooklyn.
All right, we have the Bucks.
And the Nets.
And the Nets.
At Boston in the cellar.
So I see. So you have Nets 1, Bucks 2, Sixers 3, Hawks 4, Knicks 5, Wizards 6, Pacers 7 in the play-in, Heat in the play-in at 8, Pistons in the play-in at 9, and Hornets play-in at 10.
Yeah, I just have there's something about Boston, man. I don't see. I just see something not happening right with that team for some reason. I like their team is just old to me. Like there's something about that team that doesn't seem like it's going to work out right. Like Al Horrington, is that
Al Horford?
Al Horford. Like how did he end up back on that team? So like I would have thought he would have been gone by now.
Yeah, they made a trade for him.
They made a trade for him, but I'm like, how did you end back on that team, yo? But yeah, I just see something going bad with the Celtics this season. And Kemba's gone.
Yep. He's with the Knicks.
Is he in the Knicks? Yeah, he's with the Knicks. So yeah, that works for me. Yeah, Boston's out on the edge. I'll be honest with you, I only put Wizards in there because
you're a homer.
It's a home team. Yeah. They could quite possibly be where I had Boston right now. So,
because you're a homer, man. This is what I have here. And before, man, this is interesting that I have.
So I literally have Orlando, Cleveland, and Boston. And at the end, okay.
And I almost forgot a team.
Actually, that's actually a smart idea what you're doing right now. But,
what?
Putting it down first.
I
was doing it all off the dome.
I almost forgot a team. All right. So what I'm going to do to simplify this, I'm going to go from 1 to 2. I'm 1 down. Nets have 1. Bucks have 2. 76ers have 3. Well, Hawks I have 4. Heat I have 5. Knicks I have at 6. At number 7 I have the Wizards. Bulls at number 8. Now I'm going to get to the the Hornets at 9.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have the Pacers at 10. Geez, this is interesting. I'm gonna move them down. I'm going to put the Celtics, though. Because the Celtics, I do believe in them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have the Celtics at... I'm going to put Celtics at 9.
Okay.
Celtics at 9. Hornets at 10. That's my so yeah, Pacers are out. They not getting in. They not getting in. They not getting in. With my West, I'm gonna go Lakers.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go Jazz. I'm gonna go Nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to go with the Trailblazers. Then I'm going to go with the Grizzlies. How many teams I have? I have 6 teams. I need 4 more. I'm going to go with the... This is where things get interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Things get real interesting with this one. I have 6 teams. I need 4 more. Oh, how did I forget this? Sorry. How did I forget this team? Mm-hmm. I'm Phoenix Suns. Suns. So I have 7 teams. I'm going to do Spurs at 8. Pelicans at 9. And 10. Let me look up who I might be forgetting. Let me look up who I might. I forgot the Clippers. Where do I have the Clippers? Clippers, I'm gonna have at 5, at the 6th seed.
Jeez.
So that's my 10. Lakers 1, Jazz 2, Suns 3, Nuggets 4, Warriors 5, Clippers 6, Trailblazers 7, Grizzlies 8, Spurs 9, Pelicans 10. Okay. Big Thad, who's your team? And
here we go.
Would it go? You want to go 1 or 2?
Yeah, I'm going 1 down. 1 down to 10. So Lakers. Jazz. Nuggets. Suns.
Now let me put that down. Nuggets. Suns.
Mm-hmm. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Warriors.
Warriors also.
Mavs.
All right. Now you reminded me. I got to take one of these teams down. Pelicans are out. Let me move the Spurs down. Let me move the Grizzlies down. I'm going to move the Trailblazers down. Trailblazers down. I'm going to move the Clippers down. And then I'm going to put the Mavericks. Oh, man. How did I forget the Mavericks with Luka? So you just to recap them.
So I got Lakers, Jazz.
You have Lakers, Jazz, Nuggets, Suns, Warriors,
Mavs.
Mavericks. Trailblazers.
Grizzlies.
All right, Grizzlies.
Spurs. And I'm going to go for the doozy, the Pelicans.
All right.
Clippers out.
Wow, you're committed to this. Clippers out.
Clippers out.
Oh man. Let's quickly go through some of these I guess playoff matchups. Let's start with the East. And let's play with the play-ins real quick. Wizards will be playing the Bulls.
Okay.
Wizards will be playing the Bulls. I think the Wizards move on. The Celtics will be playing the Hornets, and I think the Celtics would move on. So then the Bulls and the Celtics would play, and I think the Bulls will move on.
Right, that makes sense.
Yep. So I think the Bulls will move on. So ultimately, it will be Nets for me. Nets versus Bulls. I'm gonna have Bucks versus Wizards. Then I'm gonna have the 76ers versus 76ers, excuse me. I have, which team did I? 76ers versus Knicks. Yep, 76ers versus Knicks. And then the Heat versus Hawks versus Heat. Hawks versus Heat.
Mm-hmm.
So your East. What you looking at? Who's gonna win between the Pacers and Heat?
Pacers, Heat. Heat.
All right.
Pacers, Heat.
All right, and then the Heat will, or who's gonna win between Pistons, Hornets?
Ooh, that's tough. I'm gonna say Hornets.
Hornets. All right, and you said the first one you said Heat, right?
Yeah.
All right, so Pacers and the Hornets will now face each other. Who's that? Who's gonna win that?
Pacers.
All right, so Pacers will move on.
Mm-hmm.
Pacers will move on that one. So I have Nets versus Pacers for you.
Nets.
Hold on. Let me get the Heat.
Okay.
The Heat will be playing the Bucks. Then it will be 76ers versus Wizards. And then the last matchup is Hawks versus Knicks. All right. Hawks versus Knicks. Let me put that down. All right. Let's just quickly go through some of these. We got to do the West. For my teams, I'm going to have the the Clippers defeat the Trailblazers. And then the Grizzlies beat the Spurs, but then the Trailblazers are going to beat the Grizzlies. So my 8 teams are going to be in the order that I have them in. So I have Lakers versus Trailblazers. I put Trailblazers. Trailblazers. Then I have the Jazz versus the Clippers. I don't know if Kawhi's coming back, so that's the thing. Suns versus Mavericks. Then I'm going to have Nuggets versus Warriors.
Okay.
What's going to happen for your prediction when it comes to the West? What's going to happen with between the Blazers and the Grizzlies?
I see Portland winning.
Okay. What's going to happen between the Spurs and the Pelicans?
I want to say Pelicans. No, Spurs.
Spurs.
Yeah, Spurs. Let's do Spurs. But
all right.
Grizzlies beating the Spurs.
Okay, so you're staying chalk on this one.
Yeah.
Staying chalk on this one, just like me. So for your matchup, you have Nuggets. You have Lakers, Jazz, Nuggets, Suns. Lakers, Jazz, Nuggets, Suns.
Yep. Warriors, Mavs, Portland.
Lakers, Mavs, Nuggets, Suns. And then you have the Lakers, and you're saying chalk. So you're going to have the Lakers versus Grizzlies.
Right.
You'll have the Jazz versus the Trailblazers.
Mm-hmm. Nuggets,
Mavs.
And then Suns, Warriors.
All right. And then Suns versus Warriors. All right. Let's quickly go through these so we can wrap up this episode. All right. So now that we have the postseason matchups, Nets versus Bulls, I'm going with the Nets. Bucks versus Wizards. Unfortunately, I got to go with the Bucks in a tough one. 76ers versus Knicks. I do believe the 76ers can get past the Knicks, even potentially without Ben Simmons and whoever else may actually be there. And then Hawks versus Heat. I'm going with the Heat. What is your prediction?
Give you my orders.
Oh, you have sorry.
Well, okay, I'll tell you right now. So Brooklyn, Milwaukee. Who's playing? It's Wizards 76ers. I'm gonna say 76ers.
All right.
And then I have Knicks Hawks, right?
Yes, you had Knicks Hawks.
And I'm gonna put the Hawks on this one. I think they come back and they make up for last season.
So you have Nets, Bucks, correct?
Yeah, Nets, Bucks, 76ers, Hawks.
All right, so here we go. Next, Bucks, 76ers, and Hawks.
Next time we're going to have to get you a bracket.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared. Usually I have them, and I just was like, which one? I forgot to have that ready. So the Nets for you will be playing the lower seed, which will be the Hawks, and the Bucks will face the 76ers for you.
So my final two for the Eastern Conference would be Nets, Bucks.
Let me move Nets versus Heat. Bucks versus 76ers for me. The 76ers. All right. Let's go to the West real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to win in the West? I have Lakers Trailblazers, so I'm going to go Lakers. And I'm also going to go Jazz going to beat the Clippers. I have the Mavericks beating the Suns.
Mm.
And people will criticize Chris Paul again because people love to criticize Chris Paul. And then I'm gonna go Nuggets. So I have that's my matchup in the West. What's your matchup in the West then?
All right, so between Lakers and Grizz, it's gonna be Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
Between Jazz and the Trailblazers, I say Jazz on that one.
So you have Lakers,
Jazz.
You have Jazz.
Between the Mavs and the Nuggets, I'm gonna say if Murray's not back, Mavs.
Okay.
And then between Suns Warriors, it's gonna be a shootout. I want to say if Clay's there, man. Suns.
Yeah. All right. Let's.
So I have Lakers, Jazz, Suns, and Mavericks. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Back in the East. I'm gonna have the Nets versus. I'm gonna have Nets beating the Heat. Bucks beating the 76ers. So I have Nets versus Bucks. You are going to have in the East. What's your East? You have Nets versus Hawks. Who's gonna win that?
Nets versus Hawks. That's gonna be the Nets.
All right.
And it's Bucks 76ers, right?
Yep.
Bucks.
All right. So we both have the same thing. Let's go to the West. I have Lakers defeating the Nuggets, and I have the Jazz beating the Mavericks. So I'm gonna have Lakers versus Jazz. What about you?
I have Lakers beating the Mavs.
Mm-hmm.
Jazz beating the Suns.
All right.
Lakers, Jazz in the conference finals.
All right. Well, all right. I have Nets versus Bucks. I'm going to go with the Nets on this one. And in the West, I'm going to go with the Lakers. What about you?
Lakers, Bucks.
All right. Bucks, Lakers. And ultimately, I'm going to think the Lakers going to pull it off. Lakers going to pull it off for me.
I have it also.
Okay. Lakers for you.
Yep.
All right. Let's go to Rookie of the Year. Who do you think is going to be Rookie of the Year?
Man. I'll just say Cade.
I think it's going to be Jalen Green. Of the Houston Rockets. They're going to be kind of bad, but I think it's going to be him for that team. Let's go to Sixth Man of the Year. Who do you got?
Melo.
Melo. Yeah, I think that's the easy one, and I think he will. Right. So to choose someone else, just for fun. I think I'm going to go with Jeez.
Six man that I could think of.
I think I'm gonna go with someone like Oladipo. Oladipo may come off the bench. We don't know. We'll go with Oladipo on that one if he comes off the bench for the Heat.
That's true.
That's what I think. And if not, Matisse Thybulle or Tyrese Maxey.
No, I'll put Thybulle.
All right. Coach of the Year.
Lakers coach.
Vogel. I think it will be Coach of the Year will probably end up being man, this one's tough. Wow.
Buckman. Whatever his name.
Budenholzer?
Yeah, Budenholzer.
Nah, I ain't going with Budenholzer. I think I'm gonna go with Steve Nash. I think they're gonna give us Steve Nash, Coach of the Year. Steve Nash. If that happens, he might be the first person to be an MVP and Coach of the Year. Might be.
Gotcha.
I don't know if Bill Russell ever was a Coach of the Year, but he was definitely a winning coach, and I believe in MVP. But
I feel you.
Yep. Defensive Player of the Year, I'm going with Rudy Gobert. Actually, no, there's gonna be Rudy Gobert exhaustion, I believe. And I think it's going to be Paul George.
Really?
Yes, I think it's going to be Paul George.
Wow.
Yep, I think it's going to be Paul George. How about you?
Nah, I'm going to just go Rudy Gobert, though.
All right, MVP. I'm going with Luka. I think they're just going to give it to Luka. I think there's already the train going for Luka.
Right,
so
right.
I'm going with Luka.
I kind of want to go for Luka also, but they might give it to LeBron.
Ooh.
They might do it. They might do it on a team of old men.
They gonna say LeBron willed them.
Yeah. That's the storyline. LeBron willing another MVP in championship.
Jeez, this whole thing. And then LeBron ain't gonna get a blame if they lose. Well, he gonna get blamed.
Oh,
but
he's gonna.
They lose. It's gonna be Russ's fault. That's all it is. They lose. Oh, look at Russ. Look at this. Look at Russ. They're not gonna look at. They're not gonna even look at context of how things went down.
Or it'll be Anthony Davis like last season.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's been a great show.
Yes,
Longer than usual, but it's been a great show because of the preview.
Yeah, beginning of the NBA. You know
Yep. You had to knock this out. Season starts tomorrow. So many of y'all who might not have been able to watch a live stream, you'll be able to get our preview before the season starts.
Warriors.
Lakers Warriors start tomorrow, and I believe is it Nets Bucks?
I think it is.
Yep. No Kyrie. It's gonna be real interesting. Real interesting. Big Thad, I want to thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you, Cuzzo.
Shout out to Harold, Harold, Aaron, and D of OSS 980. Shut Your Face, Soggy Nachos, Just Bear With Us podcast. Also, I want to thank everyone who out there who listens. Shout out to Uncle Rodney. He asked about this, so
for real?
he will definitely at some point listen to this. So, Uncle Rodney, I want to thank you for tuning in advance. Until next time, everyone.
Wawa got that hot turkey and gravy, y'all.
So I like Wawa, but I've never had that one.
You never had the hot turkey and gravy, son?
Nah.
They got the subs, or you can do it in a bowl. You know what I'm saying? And they got mashed potatoes, or they got sweet potatoes now. And
so that's in the bowl, the mashed potatoes and the sweet potato.
Yeah.
Not in the sandwich.
No. The sandwich, you could get stuffing. In the sub, you can get stuffing. You get cranberry if you want.
You know what? Hold on. That might be good.
Dog, I'm going to get that now.
That might be good.
Look, I forgot to order it during the episode. It was saying to just order it to the house, but I'm going to go get it. That's all.
That might be good.
The Wawa app. You don't even have to go to the cash register.
All right, man. Until next time, everyone. Sports Reality. Peace.